Yo, this Hootie.
Yes. Freddie JB.
Two stupid dogs.
Yo, Hootie.
It's Freddie JB.
It's Two Stupid Dogs podcast.
Two stupid dogs.
Yep.
All right, I need everybody to bark in this bitch. 1, 2, 3.
Woo!
I love it. That was bass. I love it.
That was on me.
I had to clear my throat.
That's facts. That's facts. How's everybody doing, man? We on episode 61. I love announcing like every time we get into like you know what I'm saying, another installment, because it just feels good. Like another
racks
episode,
on racks. You know what I mean? It's just
racks on episode.
episode.
You know what I'm saying? I love the vibe. I love the energy. We're moving. We're staying consistent. It's a little gray this afternoon, but it's okay because we got some sunshine in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got my man Lunch Bagg.
Sunshine in the building.
Sunshine. About to brighten up this podcast, you know what I'm saying, with the energy.
His name is Lunch Bagg, but I be messing it up. So I'm just going to call him Lunch.
There we go. Lunch Bagg, please introduce yourself, brother. Thank you so much for coming out. Talk to us. What's up, man?
Yo, now that we got that intro out of the way, what's going on? It's the kid Lunch Bagg from the west end of Providence, Rhode Island, kicking it with the Two Stupid Dogs. What's popping?
Love it, man. And for those who don't know, man, Lunch Bagg's been out here doing it for a while, bro.
Well, we didn't introduce V because she.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to give him the proper introduction. We're gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying? So my man's been doing it for a while. So if you don't know, check him out. All right, people. But we also have the beautiful, wonderful
Boricua y Morena V. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, Udi got your back. You know what I'm saying?
She's over here.
She's over here with the beard.
She's over here. Yo, time out. I thought you said with the beard. I was gonna say, oh my God.
That too.
Leave me alone. With the beard. Leave me alone. But yeah, man. Honestly, like, let's just get straight into it. Lunch Bagg, bro. Like, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm living, bro. I'm living good, man.
Dude, it's good to see you, man. It's funny because, like, when I first met you, right? So, just so everybody know, when I first met this guy, we were on the same bill for the BO8 show. I forgot where it was. It was like on, it was like that,
Artist Project?
Was that it? So it was like that little...
The graffiti spot?
Yes. There you go. Over there. Yep. So everybody did their thing or whatnot. I don't know if I performed that day, but everybody was doing their thing. His dude was last, bro. Dead last, right? So nobody really kind of like... The people knew you but didn't know you too well. Yeah. I didn't know you too well, but I was like, all right, cool. Said what up. And then this motherfucker starts performing, dog. And on some off rip, bro, you stole the fucking show, dude. This motherfucker was standing on the bar, teeing off. Niggas was like, ooh. Like, first it was kind of like just a vibe, but this motherfucker came in and was like, fuck all that. Standing on the bar, teeing off.
No, it was still a vibe, though. We was mosh pitting in the front. You know what I'm saying? We was mosh pitting in the front.
And then just teed off, bro. Like, I was
because like how I came into this whole thing was like, I just kind of got tired of like seeing rappers doing all the same shit. You know what I mean? Because like before anything else, like I pride myself being like an innovator and like being early on to shit. And so I was like, yo, you know, I was into like punk rock growing up. Like I used to play drums and sing in a band. Nice. And that's like my introduction like into my own original music. So I was like, yo, what if I just took that after the band like broke up? I was like, what if I just took that energy and brought it into like rap? Because my whole thing with wanting to rap was really like, I'm a vocalist, but I don't want to have to move with like a whole unit of people that could be like on some level of like they're not like quite ready to take that like music seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to be able to move like a commando. Like we got to do a show over here. F it, we out here. So you know what I mean?
That's the way to. And
I have to commend you because your music sounds very polished. Like you know, it sounds like you know yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? It's not really trying to be anything other than what I like to create.
Staying true to
so what do you categorize your music as? Just rap or is it like a...
I don't know, bro. I mean, the easiest thing would be to just say it's like comparable to rap. You know what I mean? But like it's like with
that's why rap needs subcategories, man.
Yeah, you know, like I rap. It combines like elements of like trap shit with an EDM background.
All right. All right. So when I was talking to him before, right?
Yeah.
To me, you sound like, and this is no disrespect because I don't like people get like weird when you compare them to people. It sounds like a Post Malone, NF, like with some
all
type
white.
of No. let me
Right.
All white. No, so the reason why I say Post Malone is because he totes a line between rap.
No, I feel that though.
And
punk rock.
and rock pretty well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think more NF because of the way.
Who's that?
NF, he's a white rapper, but he kind of sounds like. Do you have an Eminem kind of influence a little at all?
Just as much as like anybody's been influenced by Eminem.
It sounds like it, and it's no disrespect. It just sounds like how can I explain it? Maybe it's how you pronunciate and keep your flow. It's not so much. I wouldn't call it Eminem.
Yeah,
it's not at all. But I would say that it seems like it's how can I explain this in the best way? It just it reminds me of if he actually tried or he could. I don't think he could do what you do, right?
Eminem?
But, yeah, I don't think he could do that. It's not in his brain to even mold, especially because he's older than you. But if he was the same age, that probably be his pocket.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But real talk, I enjoyed listening to your music, especially I was before you came here. I was talking to him. I'm like, remember when we had a conversation the other day? I was telling him about music being a ride. Most people get into most people how they rap or how they sing or whatever is very flat. There's no no up and down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People
Take us on a roller coaster,
usually take you on a roller coaster.
That
When I listen to you, I was like, oh shit, I'm listening to you on the way here. I'm like, he has more of a roller coaster to his music.
Sure.
You know
Like
what I'm saying?
eclectic.
Yeah,
Eclectic.
It's
That's what I was gonna
many different variables.
Yeah, because I mean, how I was introduced to music was like LimeWire.
Word.
Oh,
So like
Everybody.
what I would do was like exactly, you know what I'm saying? So like you would be able to just find like a band that you liked, and then you could find out about bands that they liked. Because I would it was LimeWire and Wikipedia. I'd read about a band, and it would say like affiliated artists or like artists that inspired them, and I would download all that band's music too. So like within a day, you might hear music from all around the world.
Absolutely.
You know, so like with that sort of background, there was no other way to be besides eclectic. You know,
And I like how you said that, and I like how you're saying that, and I like how you bring up LimeWire, because I feel like the first band I ever downloaded on LimeWire was like Evanescence. You know what
Yo,
I'm saying?
Evanescence.
Rock, bro.
They had the
Evanescence, yes.
yeah, they had a couple bangers, didn't
They
they?
had some bangers.
There's some.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
Shit.
But
even LimeWire, shout out to Soulja Boy and Rick Roll. Cause Rick Roll
facts.
says that those shit you try to download fucking Hunger for More and then Soulja Boy comes on or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
but another
those are good days.
absolutely.
Thousands of music on your
It was
computer,
like Bear Share too, some shit
bro.
like that, but
Thousands of music on your shit.
Bro,
And
I still
kids
have
these
them.
days would never.
They don't appreciate.
They don't
know.
understand.
We was ready to go to jail for our music.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, take me. They
Old heads be talking about like, oh, you got to go to the store, buy the album. It's like, no, we was ready to go to jail for our music.
We were the first pirates, bro. We was
The
out here
first
pirating
I'm the
music.
captain now.
Yeah,
I'm the captain of this
I'm the
LimeWire
captain
shit.
now. That supplies so many house parties I have through.
Yeah. Thank you, LimeWire. Yeah, facts.
Bro, oh my god. But what I was gonna say though, that you mentioned LimeWire and everything like that. I like how you said like you do it very well, right? Because even with me coming from an eclectic background, like I literally listen to rock, I can listen to punk rock, I listen I listen to Fall Out Boy, I listen to all of that, I listen to a lot of that shit, right? But you're able. I can't do it as well. Like I've tried and I've done some music and I haven't released it or whatever. But like you really know how to mash all that, and I know.
And it doesn't seem inauthentic.
Yeah, and it doesn't.
You know what I'm
seem-
saying?
and it doesn't
When
seem-
you rap, it doesn't seem inauthentic.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You know what I mean?
Because it's
all like
It's all real shit. It's
Yeah.
all just like what I've lived. You know what I'm saying? It's all like it's always just been like I don't know. I don't have any other way to. Even if I'm inspired by something, I'm gonna end up making it my own. Like no matter what I do. Like if it's a DJ Mustard type beat.
and that's why
Or
you're
if it's
an
a,
artist, not
or
a
if it's
rapper.
like a you know what I'm saying. So like I'm just gonna like take what I do and put it into the mix. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I have a question. So I don't make music, so I don't really know how it works. But the same part of me that likes rap isn't the same part of me that likes R&B. So when you're making music like that
Yeah.
in different genres, you have to like tap into that part of yourself that like resonates with that genre of music.
I don't know, because I always sort of just chalk it up to like the soul, and like your soul got to be into it, because that's the only
Right.
thing that comes through the music and touches people is like the energy that you put into it. So I think like even if it's just like some stream of conscious like freestyle, and I'm just like talking, like the way you might say something could like, I don't know,
Right.
be more R&B-ish, even though you're rapping some hard shit,
Right.
you know? Even though you're saying some hard shit, like you could be talking about like sleeping on a mattress on cinder blocks in the basement. You know what I'm saying? But like because it's like the hurt, the energy, the soul
Right.
is in there. Like it'll make you feel like fucking Gladys Knight singing it to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just there's soul there.
Coming from
And you
soul.
you definitely have
Yeah.
like a melodic sound too, because I was listening. To
I love melody, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Listened to
part of
one
my
song and it was
background,
really good.
part of my background is like in songwriting. So
Yeah.
for like R&B singers, actually, like that's I came into a studio, kind of just wanted to do like background, like in like like production stuff.
Yep.
And when like I would come in hours early in the morning and just like sit in front of the computer, start figuring out like how to play piano, how to make beats.
Word.
And my mentor at the time was like, "Oh, you actually kind of got something like with the production. You should make some beats, whatever." And that turned into me like writing lyrics for people and like hooks and melodies and things, and getting like, I've always just been a fan of like that old like Smokey Robinson, Al Green, fucking Earth, Wind, Fire, Stevie Wonder, like those like kings of melody and storytelling, So like that melody like lives
It's
within me
instilled
for
with
sure. Yeah.
And I definitely
early
see that.
on.
I definitely see that because actually in this spot you did So Far Sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
before I left, I kind of got a little glimpse of what you were doing. And
That was fun.
it was dope because I've never seen you in that element. And I haven't seen you in a while prior to that.
Yeah.
So I've seen you when you were like turn up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then So Far Sounds is a little bit more low key, but you
Yeah.
were still able to be melodic and
Sure.
and have those sounds. And you didn't turn up like crazy, but
Yeah.
it was like you still got the same energy, but still saying it within a nice,
Right.
simple pocket. And you were like singing, and I was like, damn, this is a different lunch bag. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But it wasn't different. It's just you just know how to fuck with melodies.
Yeah,
and
like
sound,
it's
you know?
it's all a part of like who I am, and my whole thing being like I want like obviously it's who I am, but like down to like the chestnut checkers aspect of it is like I want to be the type of artist where like you could book me for like a club pop out and I'll hold it down on a microphone, but then for a bigger bag you could get the whole band and we could take you on a whole journey. We could take
Word.
you through like the intro tracks that kind of give you like the EDM vibes, but then like we could close out with like, some rap shit. Like I'll close out with Bland, but in the middle you got like the songwriter aspect. I might pull out a guitar, do some solos, whatever. Like
That was
it's
dope.
like it's just like I want to be able to do that whole thing because I want my music to be like an escape for people. Like some people get up on stage and they're just all about like, I gotta give you these bars about your life and about bills and about prison, and it's like, yo, all these people know about that. Me personally, what I want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that other shit, but like what I want to do is like when my people are in the crowd, like I want them to have like a way to get out of their life for 45 minutes and we're just chilling, we're having a good time. You don't gotta like hear me talk about my struggle. I mean, there'll be songs that are about like my struggle, but like for the most part I want to give you like some shit to move to and to have fun to.
And that's a very big aspect of music too. I think most people try to
Escapism.
Most people try to beat people over the head with so much lyricism and not to say that your song don't have lyrics, but like all songs have lyrics. We don't try to say, but that escape aspect,
Right.
That melody,
Right.
That I mean that
I ain't
that
trying to do
feeling.
too much. That's the thing. I'm trying to do what moves me. So like when you read it, when you hear it, there's like internal poetry and rhyme schemes and contortion of words and syllables.
Yeah.
But like I'm not here like fucking like not all that. Like we don't got to do all that. Like I can do all that, but I, like me personally, what I want to do is like just give you these chords,
Right.
and hit you a certain way, and take you and let you put
Yeah.
put the whole thing to the rest of it.
And
You
I
know
feel
what
like,
I'm
and I'm
saying?
gonna say it again. That's what makes us like an artist. We don't fit into the regular norm of like, because honestly, just like you said, like, and I talk to Nice and I talk to everybody. They be like, "Yo, bro, like, if you really wanted to, just throw a little auto tune. You could just be, you know what I'm saying? You could do some ill shit." Because honestly, bro, like, we really could. If we really wanted to fit in that pocket, do what people are doing, it's easy. Like, because that's what people want. But you're staying true to yourself, and you like doing shit that you like, and you want to make people feel something different. And I think that's what makes us artists and makes like what keeping true to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people gravitate to you. And that's why you have 70 plus something streams on like Intuition. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like
because people
70K,
feel-
something
there's
crazy like
70K
that,
on
bro.
Intuition.
Yeah, it
on
was
Spotify.
nuts. I actually
Shout out
really
to you.
enjoyed that
And
song.
I really like that song.
We're
And
working on that 100. It's coming soon.
Yeah. Oh,
It'll be-
I really like that
it'll come
song.
soon.
I know that's
And
cool.
when I was talking about, that's the song I was specifically talking about when you had like the break, and then it went to EDM at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Right.
That's the ride that I'm
But
talking about.
Before I say anything, before you get into,
Well, 'cause
I
you know
just
what it
wanna
is,
say-
though. You know
I
what
just
it
wanna
is?
Say,
Mm.
shout out to Larry O, because I've worked with him.
Yeah,
Bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before
Yeah,
you
facts.
continue, Larry O.
But
definitely
you
did
know
his
what
thing
it
with
is though, is that 130 BPM. See, it's all BPMs.
That's right.
It's all BPMs and half times. So like, when you hear that beat first off, you just like, oh, he's about to get into some rap shit. You know what I'm saying? But then you get that break, and then it double times into like, oh, this is some EDM shit. Like, most people don't realize that those numbers are the same thing, but like, it's how you flip the drums and the energy that you like put into
Yeah.
those drums. It's numbers. It's just a number. It's just 130.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
And then
That,
you
mi-
fit
that might
it
be
in that
closer to
pocket.
140, but you know.
Yeah, but you fit it in that pocket and
Right.
just, make it intricate with the drums. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know, like, music, there's a lot of math, though. Like, real talk.
I
Like,
never
went to school
understood
for
that.
music.
I never understood
Me
that
neither,
shit.
until I went to school for music. I didn't stay long. I went to, like, AI in Boston for a little while. And then there was a lot of math classes. I was like, what the fuck is this? I came
Yo.
from music.
No,
Music
so,
or
so,
comedy? What the
no
fuck
real
is
shit.
this?
There's
Yeah.
math.
There's a lot of math
There's
in music.
mathematically a way to make music. It's that's appealing.
Mathematic for everything.
That's appealing to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's so
Think about-
crazy?
even think
You know
about
what's so crazy? Is
everything,
math,
bro.
yo. That real shit. I listen to somebody, and this is a different lane. But mathematically, there is a perfect face. People are looked at in thirds. It's
I've heard of this.
this, and then this. Like, there's mathematic equations for everything.
Everything,
like,
bro.
It's
Everything.
weird.
It really is. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just want to cater to like Intuition doing really well. Shout out to you. I really like Ain't No Sunshine. Classic.
Thank you, man.
But the way you flipped it, I loved it. It was a nice vibe. Yo, at the end of the day, but I want to ask, how is it working with Larry O? Because I worked with him once or twice. I worked
Yeah.
with him on a song with Joe Bruce. I don't know if you're familiar with Joe Bruce.
Yep.
And the dude, like, there's one thing when it comes to producers, right? There are producers and there are producers. Like, Larry O just really knows how
Yeah,
to work
exactly.
with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did, like, mind you, I was doing R&B-ish. Like, I was just
Right.
singing, but he knew how to work with my voice. He's like, you know what? Put it like this. Like, some producers will literally sit there and just be like, okay, you done? Like, all right. So you like that
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Cool. All right.
Facts.
All right. Larry was like, you know what? You could do that better. Like, how about you take this section and put it right here? He's like, look, you know what? Hold on a minute. Let me work on something. And bro, and like my voice sounded bananas. Just like there's no auto tune, just kind of reverb, like nice little touches.
Yeah,
And
the subtle
dude-
things.
subtle things.
Right.
And he really knows how to work. So how was that experience first? Before, you know what I'm saying? Like working.
It's
with him
great, man.
behind
I mean,
the scenes.
our like the way that we create music is like very collaborative. You know, like I'll start something off, and the way that I create is very different. Like I'm like scatterbrained. Like my whole thing is just like I want to get it out,
and
get
then
it out,
work.
and then like we'll worry about like organizing and like
Yeah.
fine tuning and EQing and all that stuff. But working with him has definitely like improved my like ability to do those sorts of things, like tune certain instruments a certain way, or like even EQing and like compressing, just things a little bit, you know, paying more attention to that sort of thing. And on top of that, like he's also got a good grasp on how to format a song.
Yes.
Because sometimes I won't know exactly where I want to take something, or like what part of like, do I need to write more vocals? Do I need to do this again? Like whatever the thing is, and he'll be able to no, just like that thing you said like a while ago, just loop that shit up, make that the hook, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right,
you're right.
you're right. That actually
you
works.
add like an extra drum, and then like
yeah, exactly.
Even when you're like not feel like you could do the song right, and then you're like, okay, this was high, but he'd be like, you know what? Hold on, let me. You sit there,
right.
So you sit there, drink, smoke if you're smoking. Next thing, you're like, all right, check this out, bro. And he'll add like an extra like kick and drum and speed it up, or like put an extra vocal, or like take out the backing of the whole track, and then just like put the emphasis on you. You'd be like, see that shit right?
Yeah.
Yo, Larry O's, yo. Kid,
well, yeah, the first time he ever showed me how to like cut like reverbs on stuff and just like dry out your vocal for like a drop, so like the instruments go away, then you pull the reverb off the vocal, and then right before it comes back in you just ramp it and drop it back in. I was like, oh yeah, game changer. That's a game changer right there,
bro. He's on point.
That'll take it to the next level.
Absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely. But let's talk about some of your new music, man. What you working on right now?
Yeah. Got some videos slated. I just dropped this song called "Get This Bagg" over on Saturday for the SoundCloud exclusively. I was like, we're going to do it for, because like surprisingly enough, like a lot of my streams and a lot of my traffic to other stuff comes from SoundCloud. Like still holding it down. Like still, it's crazy.
People still listen to them.
People still ride on SoundCloud because it's the last like streaming platform and social media.
Touche.
So like you just do good linking on your SoundCloud, and all of a sudden your streams start going up on Spotify.
That's what we do.
So aside from that, like Get This Bagg coming, Creature of the Night music video, Creature of the Night.
That's on 10K right now.
That just hit 10K.
Yeah, it's moving good.
So that's a cool little move. Like these are all like small numbers, but like in the grand scheme, but like it's like these little benchmarks that are indicating that like things are moving, even without me doing too much promo.
Yeah.
Like I can like put a link out every like once a week or whatever, like go stream this, whatever, but I'm not like fretting, because to be honest, they're out there like racking up their streams regardless.
And people will search it and find it and listen. You know what I'm saying?
That shit's motivation for me, because people will hit me up.
It's not even about the numbers, man. It's just who is resonating with. I was watching something with Tory Lanez recently, and he was talking about he went to YouTube and just started talking to them, and he's like so talking with them. He's like, yo, you're like top. He's like, yeah. For in YouTube, yeah, Drake might have 10 million views on a video, but his engagement is really low.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like they'll watch the video for a couple of minutes, like for like a minute. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then they're good. You know what I'm saying? And him, it was like him, it was him, NLE Chopper, and like a couple of other people. And if you know Tory Lanez, he has very grand videos. His videos are getting watched the whole way through, and there's engagement in the. It's not about the numbers. It's more about
the people that are on board.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Like the people that are on board with me right now are like my core. You know what I'm saying? People that support me ride for me. You know, people that like support me ride for everything that I do, whether it's the music, whether it's the fundraisers, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing I like too, and I feel like that caters to your streams and everything like that, is the fact that you have content. You know what I mean? A lot of artists, like, I get it, you know, like, drop a few songs here and there, but like going through your Spotify and just checking you out and your SoundCloud, it's like you have music, you have you have bodies of work, and I feel like that's great. It's just like and like Gary Vee always says, like content. Right. You're not afraid to drop a song. It's like, yo, this is gonna be the single. Like you have a lot of content which works. Like instead of like, because one person would check out one song and they'd be like, yo, this guy, you know what I mean? Let me check something out, and it keeps going. If you just have one song, they'd be like, okay, and then that's it. That's all they hear from you. But like literally, I was just playing since I woke up. I just put you on, and I was like, dude, you just kept playing.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like,
it kind of blows my mind. Like when I think about it too, because I'm like, damn, like yeah, this has been like bodies of work. You know what I'm saying? Like Trippy Ass Vegas, Holy in the Hostel, which is good. Like all my singles that I've been on a kick releasing like 2018, 2019, just like mostly on a single game. Right. People ask me about like Trippy Ass Vegas 2, they asked me about like when the next EP is coming. It's like, well, I mean, right now I'm just putting this music out.
Yeah,
I've got
a single game right now too. Honestly,
I mean, I do got music for a project.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of like stashing away. You know, I got like music that I'm kind of like, okay, we'll hold on to that because that's like a full sound that I want to like that I know like could fit on a project if I wanted to like drop one. But right now it's like it's too easy to just drop a single every
Drake.
month.
too easy. Yeah,
Pull Drake, man.
content.
Put all your singles on a project and just add a couple more songs to it.
That's true.
Take
And really,
care
I mean,
package.
That's true. That's true.
It's a care package to the real thing.
I could do that, you know, and like that breeds a whole bunch of content. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm glad that you say that about the content thing because like that's something that I've only recently started like picking up more on was like how to like turn singles into pieces of content and all because my whole thing was like, you know, like I said with the sessions, I'd just be like putting the idea on there, not really thinking about turning a camera on, not really thinking about like, yo, check out this guy's like, what's up?
Yep.
But like,
it's engagement as well. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
even like we follow each other on Instagram, and like I'll see you do some like I remember this one clip. You were at a bar and some girls like dancing around
Bro.
you, and you were just sitting there like. Dude,
Like, yeah,
hilarious,
like,
but
yeah,
that's your
mad.
personality. It's just like you know what I mean, like
because
he was
it
just
took
like
me.
mad awkward. Like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doing? Like,
That was too funny because like I wasn't even reacting to that at first.
Oh, okay.
Like there was, if you see in that clip for a split second, there's a girl like stripping on the bar, and I'm trying to just get a drink, and she's like pussy popping on the bar, and I'm like, bro, like I'm not like
Right.
this was at a bar downtown. I'll take y'all.
It looked like Circa a little bit. Okay, right.
So, anyways.
Pussy popping on the
She was,
bar.
and I'm
Can
just
you
like,
get
you
your
know,
pussy off my Hennessy, please?
I'm not no health inspector, but I'm feeling like.
Get your pussy off my Hennessy, please.
But then like my boy started filming because I looked up at him and I was just like that, and then he started laughing and took his camera out, and then like within a second of him doing that, that girl came up off the wall and started like trying to dance up on me and shit, and I'm like, so I just put that up on TikTok, and that shit went like low key viral, got like 5K in a day. And I'm like, damn, that's another thing. If y'all
If
ain't,
that was motherfucker, we have TikTok. We just say
if y'all ain't on TikTok, get on that TikTok because
Everybody's on it,
people
yeah.
sleep. But here's the thing, right?
I posted 3 videos and each of them do like 500.
That's crazy.
Right, exactly. Because the outreach is still like on point. IG is like they're low key like killing their
I was
reach.
gonna say like they're
Yeah.
hiding a lot of shit too, and yeah. But
But the now people sleep on this TikTok wave because it's almost like
Gary V's been preaching it too. Yeah.
it's like the same thing that people were saying when Twitter became a thing, the same thing that people were saying when IG became a thing.
Yes, sir.
They're saying about TikTok. People was like, "Oh, like I'm on my Facebook, that Twitter thing is for kids." Now, if you're a journalist, if you're a news platform, if you're anybody, you got a Twitter, you're at least coming up with like a tweet or two every single day. You know what I mean? Some people it's like fucking 10 tweets a day. It's crazy. And then Instagram, same sort of thing. And when you go on TikTok, not for nothing, but if you search CNN, NBC, these motherfuckers got TikToks too. Because they know. Back then, when people compare it to Vine,
I was just about to say, it
people
reminds
compare
me
it
of
to
Vine.
Vine. People compare it to Vine, but back then people didn't know the power of social media, and they was just like, "Oh, that's some kid shit." They wrote it off. Sure enough, Vine goes away, and TikTok might go away too. But here's my point, right? Who cares if it goes away tomorrow? Get on the TikTok, make some videos, get some followers, drive traffic to your other social media, and just have fun. This shit's lit. TikTok's fun as fuck.
That
You can-
is.
I like
I go
making
through-
skits.
I had Vine, and Vine was.
I do
awesome.
find myself though, if I go on it, I'm getting lost and just scrolling. And
Yeah.
That's just like IG. That's just like what.
That's
anything, bro.
everything.
So you just have to separate yourself from that, and just like some people like will do a post, but don't like scroll. They like drop the post
Yeah.
and keep about.
You're like your mindset will change. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know what I was doing on TikTok for a while. I like grabbed my account as soon as I could, as soon as I heard about TikTok. But then I didn't post anything for a while. Then I figured out like what I sort of wanted to do and like what I wanted my approach to be to the platform. And then once you do find like what you want to do, it's off to the fucking races. Like what you guys could do here on TikTok would be sick.
Right.
Because you could just make mad clips and just put them up.
And it's
4 a day, 5 a day.
Crazy.
And then you're gonna go up.
Can you do something? How do I explain this? Can you do you have to record it just on your phone? Can you record it and then upload it?
Yeah. It goes right from your camera roll, or you can take it on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's lit. That's
Yeah.
lit.
They got an all right editor too, like for like adding text and like adding like if you want to close caption something, like it's a pretty good editor for like subtitles too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Another
yeah.
thing I wanted to mention too was the fact that it's like at the end of the day, knowing how TikTok, like you have to jump on everything that's current. Like,
Why not?
Literally. Like,
I just seen some
as soon as you hear something, even if it's like not even buzzing yet, people like to like feel
Right.
like they're the first to discover shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Or for like, you ever feel personal about like music that you found, and then you start hearing about people like listening to you, like, nah, fuck that. I found
Pretty
about
much.
that shit
I've heard,
first.
yeah.
Like people are like that. So like
Yeah.
the whole TikTok game, like if you hear about something that's popping, even if it's like something like that's not even buzzing in the States, jump on it so you're the
Facts.
first, and then
Facts.
take over that shit, and then you might become a brand
You
ambassador.
you at
Yeah,
least
so I just seen this
you at least got a leg up.
exactly from
You know what I
everybody
mean?
else.
I
Exactly.
just see this
So-
new streaming service, like for like video games and like entertainment. I was just like scrolling through Facebook and it was an ad. It had do you know the dude that used to chill with Dan Rue? The dude, you know Dan Rue that do the thing? Yeah, the
But I
big
don't know,
dude, the big dude or whatever.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Peter,
Yeah.
Piper, Peter, that guy. Yeah. I love
yeah,
those videos.
yeah, baby, that dude.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, okay.
that guy.
And it was him, the game, and what the fuck is Blueface? They were playing video games or whatever.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh, okay. So I started watching it. It was like, oh, new streaming service for video games and like entertainment in general. And I just downloaded it,
Jump
and it's
on
basically
it,
like
bro.
Twitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jump on it ASAP.
So-
Anything that's like
I
new.
mean, jump on
You
it.
might
I mean,
as
we
well.
should stream to that.
Yeah, no, so I'm saying get on it.
No, yeah,
before
you
it-
might as well, bro. You might
But-
as well. There's no point because people say like, oh, you know, I think it just might go away, and that's like such a fucking bitch philosophy to just be like, I think it's gonna go away, so I'm not even gonna try. It's like, why?
What, bro? Just
Go
have
on
fun with
it. Go on it. If it ends tomorrow, at least you made some videos, had some fun with it. That's the most important thing.
Ride
And
the
then
wave.
I like how
Ride
you
the
said-
wave. It's
Ride the
fun.
wave.
And I like how you say like drive like people to your other social media if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I remember Reggie Cole's like a funny guy on Instagram. He started with Vine. You know what I'm saying? And now he got fucking
Bro.
millions on Instagram because even though Vine shut down, he's still doing shit. So he
Facts.
drove everybody from there to his Instagram.
Facts. Yeah, no, you like people follow links. That's the thing. People
That's
follow links, especially if the content you're creating is dope.
Yeah, exactly.
And people want to know more about you. And people only want to know more about you once you start putting yourself out there more. Like the whole thing about like too much production is that everybody films videos on their phones all day. So that's how they're used to watching videos. They don't want to see some like high production value thing.
Or if they do,
for
it's
the
like-
most part,
For the most part,
for the
it's
most
like,
part,
just
they
give us
want to.
content. They want content.
For the most part, they want to be dropped into the middle of your fucking day. So like you're
Exactly.
going to get a bagel, you're going to get like a coffee, or you're going to the liquor store, or you're like
just wanna
whatever.
see it. Look at
You're in the studio, like whatever you're doing. People will want to jump in, whether they're fans, whether they're haters, whether they're just like passersby. They're just like curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So like,
Absolutely. Well, another thing I want to cater to is the fact that like I remember like literally what I said is that I really enjoy you performing. Like you know how to perform, you know how to engage with the crowd, you know how to move within. So let's talk about like your performances. I know you said like you should just drop in and just play the piano real quick. You just want people to feel something, but specifically you had a show in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So how was that? Because a lot of, I mean, you from the West End of Providence. I think my first
Talk
reach
about
was
it.
New York. You know what
Talk
I'm saying?
about
Like,
it.
Right.
So shout out to you. So how was Costa Rica? How did you land that? Like what was
yeah,
that
man.
show?
So the UN, United Nations, has a like a school out there, like a grad school.
Okay.
And a girl who was on the student planning committee was a fan of the music. She'd been a fan of the music for years, and she was like going to school out there. And so they basically,
Salud.
Thank you.
I mean, wanted us to perform. I was like, all right, but you know, what's
Yeah. you
what's
gonna
it?
fly me
What?
out?
Yeah, exactly. So, flights, hospitality, food, all that stuff was taken care of. And then when we landed, we originally had like one show booked, and then a promoter who happened to be there had an event the next day, and he was like, "Yo, do my event as well." So like, we were out there for like 6-7 days.
Nice.
Me and my DJ and
I heard Costa Rica is really nice too.
bro, it's a beautiful place,
Yeah, I heard
and
it's really
we took Ubers everywhere and saw so much. Like, I mean, to be honest, like we only lived in like a certain type of area, but you'd see so much of the country driving by, and I'm like, wow, this shit's crazy. And you become appreciative of a lot because people make do with so little out there. Like, people will just be outside with like a fucking bicycle and like a soccer ball, like just chilling.
Yep.
Like just chilling out and like, you know, have like 10 roofs, 10 fucking buildings on the side of the highway.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You're wow. Oh shit. You know what I mean? They
But
they're having a good time.
Yeah. That's what it's about. And I think like we don't appreciate as much as we have here. You know?
Right.
Until you go to another country and see how they have it.
Absolutely.
That's just how it is.
But the shows were amazing, man. The people, like, even though some of them like couldn't understand what I was saying, like it was just all about the music. It's all about the music. Like you just put like that soul into the music and like let it speak through.
Right.
And people just like, I don't know, something music's magic like that because it literally doesn't exist until you create it. You know what I mean?
And another thing too, you don't have to understand it. Like I'm a big fan of Spanish music. I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but on some real shit.
Facts.
When that's suavemente,
no, but like,
nigga, you run into the dance floor.
But even like there's a song called Orgullo by Justin Quiles. Yo,
lit.
Didn't know. Like I was going through a time in my life. I tell you this. I was hung up on a bitch. I was like, my life is like going like I'm making money, but like this chick I'm tripping over. Like, but anyways, the song I hear the song on the radio.
Just time out real quick. Doesn't that like sucks? Like when everything's going well and then the chick could just fuck everything up.
Well, no, it was like for me, it's always like I'm always aware of like when things are going really well and really like there'll be some shit that happens. Like it'll be pain and then like a check will come in the mail and you'll be like, damn, but there's still that thing bothering me too. Like this money feels good. I'm wiping tears with my money. You know what I'm saying? But like
with the check,
right, exactly. Yeah. But anyways, I'm driving to work. And I hear this song on the radio and something about what he's saying is just speaking to me. And he's like, he said in the song on the hook, because I had to Google translate this thing. And he said, like, it hurts my pride, like, not to be next to you. Like the only like truth is that like I'm made for you and you're for me. Wow. And I was like, I like Google translated. I was like, oh my God, this shit's crazy. And you know what? I ended up tweeting that. And guess who liked it? Shorty. I'm like, bitch, you better not play with me. You better not be playing with me. This is about you. Orgullo.
Do you know by who it's
Justin Quiles. Okay. Yeah, I know. I love that song. That song's a banger. Orgullo. Oh my God. Listen to that shit.
Pride. For those who don't
pride, yeah. Like it hurts my pride, you know? And I'm like, damn, this shit like, but like you were saying, like the energy travels through and you hear it and you're like, what the fuck? We'll run it up after this podcast because I need we'll be crying,
but like
drinking Coronas.
Literally what we're saying is just like at the end of the day, like it's a universal language.
It'll be like this.
Yeah, just you know what I'm saying? But I like that. So I know this is a little off topic, but I want to talk. So every time you have a show and if you're like you know, asked to come out, what is one thing you have to have in your room, pretty much?
Money. Money.
Well, before a show, you know, like all right, say
like waters.
That be my money, nigga.
Like waters and.
Do you drink before a show?
Yes.
Not typically.
No.
Not typically. I'll like have some afterwards, but like beforehand, I like to just go in sober. You know what I mean? There's something about doing it sober. You know?
have like a ritual before you before you perform, something that you need. Yeah.
You know how Mariah Carey just wants green M&Ms, or does, you know what I mean? Like
she does. That's crazy. That's
like you,
her fucking bitch head ass
here picking out fucking M&Ms for her. She like it's all
stupid. It don't even taste different. It all tastes the same.
Yeah, right.
But go ahead.
Like as far as a ritual, not really. Like I just I tend to just like be chilling. Like I'll be like a little subdued, like just kind of like thinking a little bit about like the whole night. I won't be too nervous until like a minute or two before.
Right, as soon as you step in that motherfucker.
But then like it's like such a short window of time because like it does feel so right when you get to the stage. Like I'm not panicking when I'm on stage.
Right.
Like right before I get on, I'm a little bit like, all right, let's go.
But
you know what I'm saying?
That,
amped up.
You need that.
You ever forget lyrics? You ever forget lyrics?
Yeah, just keep going though. You just like you might stumble on the word or like freestyle a little bit.
Hit your what's his nigga's name? Designer. Throw the mic.
Yo. Yeah, exactly. You know, like just keep it going. One thing, if you're like an up and coming rapper, this is my tip for you. If you forget your lyrics, do not have the DJ run it back. Like just get into the song. Like don't be like, you know, oh, and if you got to freestyle your lyric, don't be like, and I just forgot the lyric. Just like don't go there. Just keep going. Just keep going.
But you have to go through those mistakes. Like
no, yeah, you do. You do.
You have to learn. You have to learn. Like I remember messing up. Another thing I said it before is just that at the end of the day, like when I first started performing, like I would mess up my lyrics, right? But the thing is, it's like one of the things like my manager at the time used to say was like, yo, when you're performing, like half, maybe more, don't know the song. So you can finesse it any way you want. It's your song. So if you fuck up, freestyle or just come back, take a break, but like just do something. Right. Like, you don't have to be like down and out and just kind of like, because what I would be, I'm like, oh shit. And then just kind of, you know what I mean? But now
that's your opportunity to like jump in and be like, yeah, turn up. That's what you can do there, you know?
Yeah, and as a singer, I'll just be like, I'll just go off on a riff.
Oh, true, yeah, you singing.
Like,
that's
I
a little.
See you looking, you know, see you.
Yeah.
Right
Put the mic down.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You could finesse
some player shit. See, if I could sing like that, I'd be singing like that.
Yeah.
If I could sing like that, I'd be unstoppable.
I would kill the game if I could sing, dog.
I mean, you do when you hit that Darnell Jones though.
Yo, bro.
I mean, you be killing it.
A little bit. I think I could do it. Like, so I don't want to half-ass things. I feel like if I had a little bit of auto-tune behind me, I'd be good. But
always.
I don't ever want to get in a situation where, like, yo, sing for me right now, and I'm like,
hey, yo, I get that shit all the time. I pull the SpongeBob. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
All right.
Say, hey, bro.
I'm not singing for you.
Like we all know Tory Lanez.
Who are some of like
really
your influences for singing?
So good.
What? Say again? My bad.
Who are some of your influences for singing?
Ooh, shit.
Like some old school shit.
Old school. I mean, honestly, I strive off the old school. So like some of my inspirations from like as far as like more neo soul R&B ish. For me, it's like I love like Darnell Jones. I wrote my last album just listening to Darnell, and then as far as like more new school, like I love Miguel. I thrive off that. I know a lot of his songs, and not for nothing, I fuck with a lot of female lyricists because I love their range. I love some of their messages too. So like I love the Whitneys. I love the fucking
Gotta love the Whitney, bro.
You gotta love the Whitney. Her range is ridiculous.
How will I know if she really loves me? I say a prayer.
But I'm also very eclectic as well. Like I just told you, I love fucking Paramore. I don't know why, but I like that punk rockish. I love Evanescence.
Isn't it fun?
The bangers.
Isn't it fun? I'll be in my room blasting that shit.
Business is still my shit.
How that shit comes in, like with that snare. I'm like, wow.
It's hard,
bro. Come on.
If you don't like Paramore, you're crazy.
Come on, like I just,
and wasn't it Haley Wolf?
Yes,
dog. She's just nice. Like her vocals are crazy, bro.
I love female lyrics.
What is it? Is it Still Into You? When she goes into that riff, dude. When she goes into that riff, like I can listen to Still Into You and just have like headphones on and just be like this in bed, like and just.
Bro. And another one I like, and no Paramore, but like Paris, like they're from actually
you put me on
Mass,
yeah,
and they're actually really good. Kind of reminds me of Paramore, but a little bit more like
grungy, a little bit more
dark, and they got that more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but a lot of reverb, like they drown a lot of their lyrics, but it's like it takes you on a whole ride. It's like it's very very trippy.
I gotta actually get back into them. I don't know what they put out recently, but like when you put me, I haven't listened until you put me on to them. And I was listening to them for like a few months.
And I love like the 1975 and shit like that. Like I like a lot of punk rock shit. So I have just like you, bro. Like I listen to everything. Dude, I listen to country. Love Chris
Me
Stapleton.
too, bro. I used to play the drums.
You ever heard of The Neighborhood? I like that band.
Bro, Sweater Weather?
Bro, come on. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. So my homegirl was working at she was like one of them volunteers at WBRU because they were 100% like run by interns at one point.
Okay.
And they used to have like the summer series, and they had The Neighborhood one day.
Oh my!
Like bro,
God,
like early.
Before they like
early
popped.
When they were popped though. They were huge. So they were over at. They had the show at the Whiskey Republic over the bridge and all that. I hate that bar, but fuck it.
I used to go there when I was underage, so
I feel that. I feel that. You have an appreciation for it.
At least
I mean, listen, like no hate. I just don't like the vibes as much. You know what I'm saying? It's not my vibes, you know? But anyways, they're having kids like underage girls like climbing through the fucking windows of the Whiskey Republic trying to get in. And then I hadn't heard their music, but I heard the like, and I'm like, wait a minute, and everybody just goes like flips out. Girls are climbing through the windows trying to get to them and shit. I'm like, what is going on? And my girl was like, yeah, she's like, they got this song called Sweater Weather.
Yo.
And like I was like, sure enough, they do.
You guys
No, I
see
never
Blood?
heard of
No,
them.
you guys got
They're yeah, they're dope. They're dope.
Yeah, they're dope. Nah, I fuck with.
I don't know too much of their music besides that song. I'm
I
a
listened to
level
that
with you.
album, and it was really, really good. But like Sweater Weather was what popped. It
Come
just
on.
worked. I mean,
That's a
come
banger.
on. You know what I'm saying?
It's too cold. Ooh.
Speaking of, but yes. So let's roll into some more. So let's talk about your Swisher Sweets endorsement. So what about? So how did that work? How did that even came about?
Yeah, shouts out to Swisher Sweets.
So do you smoke with Swishers?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
That's all I smoke in the
Alright,
studio.
I'm just asking.
That's all I smoke in the studio is Swisher
Talk to
Sweets.
him,
What you
alright?
mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, finest tobacco products this side of the continent.
him.
You know what I
Talk
mean?
to him.
No, I mean they had this artist project thing going on. I was lucky enough to be considered for it. And I mean, shit. I mean, what more can I say? They like
Yeah,
hooked
but
it
how
up
did
with
that-
some stuff.
I mean, like, cause I'm only asking because, like, as an artist, like, we always talk about endorsement and
Right.
sponsorship. Like, how does that? Cause, like, I mean, I'm not gonna put his business on it, but Nike's really is like pretty much a brand ambassador for Granny Squib. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, how did the Swisher Sweet? Did they approach you? Did you like? Were you looking for it? Or,
I found out that they were doing it, and
Okay.
I approached them with
messy with Doritos too.
with my music,
Right.
And like some of my social media stuff. But like the thing is, like my social media is just like, you know, proportionate for where I'm at in the game. It's not like I'm like some like crazy mogul or anything. Really, the whole aspect of their thing was that they want to spotlight upcoming artists,
Okay.
and artists that are like on a trajectory to succeed, and they want to put their stamp on it early,
Right.
because like at the end of the day, it's an artist project.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's not just like a regular brand endorsement thing. And it was cool. Like they hooked it up. They gave me access to like some of their events that they have. Like they have these community seminars and things and events.
Dope.
And it was cool. I mean, it was like, I don't know, what more can I say? Like as an artist, you really have to find like creative ways to get your bag, because like the streams are good if you own 100% of your royalties and like your numbers are halfway decent. That can be a nice little check in your pocket every month. But like what you really got to look for is like those ways to leverage the things you've built up. So like, sure, you might have 100K streams on a song. In streams, that might be a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But how can you leverage the look? How can you leverage that amplitude, that
Because at the end
that
of the day, when people
platform?
hear that you had 100K streams, like, how the fuck they're gonna go listen? You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna look, they're gonna
gonna look
listen.
into it,
If they see
curious.
your engagements popping off on Instagram or TikTok,
Absolutely.
then they start being like, oh wow, because for them, like, yeah, you can get your money from streams and all that, but for them, it's just like it's even better of a deal for them to invest into
Absolutely.
you. And you know, like Swisher was just like a great company to work with because they're of the culture. You know what I mean? They've been a staple within hip hop for a long ass time. Like whether it's like UGK rapping about them back in the day.
Swish up.
Mike Dean still smoked Swishers. Like last I checked, I mean, I don't know him, but like last I checked, he was like heavy on the Swishers. Like that was his like exclusive thing. You know
Now
what
it's
I'm
what
saying?
Fonto and shit like that.
That's what people are on. Like I say whatever you want to smoke, but like I'm sticking with the Swishers. In the studio when I gotta like concentrate and all that, I'm smoking
Sweets.
a Swisher,
Swisher
the
Sweets.
sweets.
When I first met you, I was like, okay, this dude is off the chain. I like it. I gotta follow him. But another thing though was weird. I felt like I didn't know you were literally from here. Like I feel like your style. I mean, again, we talk about his style and what very eclectic. But I felt like you were like, for some reason, I felt like you were from down south for some reason. Like, you know what I mean? Are some of your influences kind of like from that? Like,
For sure. I mean,
is that what it is?
Gucci Mane was one of my biggest influences.
Yeah, I feel like I did
of
not
all
know you
time.
were from the west end of Providence, bro. Couldn't
That's
even
where I'm
tell
from.
that.
My
Respect.
my jaw locks.
Yeah.
My jaw locks. That's just the way I talk.
Respect.
You know what I mean?
Respect.
But yeah, my sound is just like all over the world.
I love it. I love it.
My music is like it can be like put down, like it's almost like I crash landed here. That's what I like to say.
Wow, I like
As
that.
I
Plymouth
cra-
Rock, we ain't laying on Plymouth Rock.
You know what I mean? Like I crash landed here, to be honest with you.
So let's talk about your fundraiser, your toy drive in December. Let's get into that. So are you excited about it? How did that came about? Like,
Yeah, no, we're partnering up with the gallery over on Menton. It's called
nice.
Public.
Okay.
And we're having a fundraiser, toy drive. It's called Wu-Tang Christmas Party. And it's going to be all like the members of the Wu playing all night, like 90s fucking inspired rap music. And then we're just raising, because it's for the children.
Do you watch the show? Wu-Tang show on Hulu?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Damn,
I haven't seen it.
I
I
was
gotta
about to
get
ask
on
you,
it.
like
Probably
do you
one
like
of the
it?
best shows that's been out
That's
lately.
actually pretty
I
good. You
rock
should
with
check
it.
it out, bro. If you fuck
Is it like a documentary or is it like
It's more. It's like
series.
It's a series.
Huh.
I think it's more of like loosely off of their life,
okay?
but it might.
Nah, I think it's close to it. Like,
Yeah,
they have RZA. and
yeah.
they-
Actually, you know what? It's not loosely because
Right.
there's
Their
certain
life and their
shit.
series.
There's certain shit in that show. Like I know of Wu-Tang, but I didn't grow up listening to them too much.
Right.
'Cause they're before me, right? And shit that I learned, like him as like Rakim or whatever, how you say it, or I mean his RZA's alter ego before he was RZA.
Prince.
Yeah.
Prince Rakim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Huh.
And so it was dope.
You should check it
and
out.
it's
Dope.
crazy because
I will. Yeah.
It's crazy because like when you do after the episode came out, I went and watched that video where he got signed as
too.
Prince
Yep.
Rakim. I was like, this motherfucker. So it's educating.
Yeah. No, I mean, like you said, like they were before our times.
Yeah.
But
you
like,
listen to them though.
oh yeah, of course, you got to go back. You got to go back. You know what I'm saying? Like, because born in '90s, so it's like you gotta. Yeah.
No, we grew up.
But you wasn't like you wasn't
yeah.
in the
That's-
you wasn't
Yeah.
in Lupo's when they did their first show here.
That's facts.
So like
They did their first
so
show
when I said grew
here.
up on them, right?
That's crazy.
So like me, when I tell people I grew up on stuff, I grew up on Eminem, I grew up on 50 Cent, I grew up on
Right.
like I mean, I didn't grow up on them, but I listened to them because my uncles listened to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Right.
But for me to tell people like I grew up on them, I just
No, because you got to think if you're born in the '90s, you're
Yeah.
gonna mostly come up on like late
2000
'90s, 2000s
early
music.
late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Right,
got you.
right,
I
right.
got you.
Like we used to burn CDs in like middle school,
Oh, man.
and we used to sell them joints. We used to like hand to
Oh, yeah.
hand
My playlist-
with like
Dog,
Tall Wall,
that
like
LimeWire
Dog, when
again.
when Banks
Massacre,
Hunger
right.
for More came out, I was hand to hand out here.
with the Massacre. Yo, I
The
made
Massacre-
some good money off the
Hand to
Massacre
hand,
in
yo.
middle school.
It's crazy. I didn't even like that album. It was just Get Rich or Die
Dog,
Trying.
get rich or I try, and I
That
was
was
hand
it.
to hand out on this bitch.
Right, right,
After
right,
that, I was like, 50. I don't know what you're doing, bro.
right. I fucks with
I
I fucks with the Massacre.
Do you guys remember the compilation album that they had with
The
it was
G-Unit compilation.
No, not the
No?
G-Unit compilation. I'm sorry. It was the compilation album for Shady Aftermath.
Ooh,
Um,
don't remember that.
dog, we'll talk
we'll
about it
see.
later.
Okay,
but
we'll talk.
that
Yeah.
compilation album was actually kind of fire, dog.
I mean, it's Aftermath, man. Anything that Dr. Dre touches is gold.
Facto.
You know what I'm saying?
Facto. Unstoppable, bro.
Unstoppable. But a little bit about the toy drive. So why the toy drive? Why not something else? But why did you specifically want to do the toy drive?
I mean,
I mean,
I wanted to do something for like the Christmas time.
Okay.
And Christmas, like the kids are most important thing on Christmas, you know. And then I was just kind of brainstorming, and I thought like, what would be like a cool concept? And I thought that a Wu-Tang Christmas party would be sick.
That's actually pretty clever.
You know what I'm saying? So like we're having the the flyer design today. That should be dope. And I don't know, you know the vibes. It's gonna be
It's
we're
for
gonna
the
be
kids, man. Look
yeah,
back,
yeah.
love the kids.
And like you'll be able to come if you ain't got a toy. Just make a quick donation. And then if you do have a toy, you get in free. We're giving out some cookies, some
Right,
Christmas
right, right.
cookies.
Grandma
And then no, my homegirl Snacks actually. She makes a lot of medicated treats too.
Oh shit! Please don't
Yeah.
get these kids high.
No, hell no.
Please don't get
I
these
knew
damn kids
if I
high.
mentioned that would be the
Lord.
next thing to be said. But no, she's gonna keep it on the level. You know what I
I
mean?
bet.
She might have a private batch for the employees and the staff working.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to volunteer, we'll get you on some.
And
some
where's that going
cookies.
to be at again?
That's gonna be at the Public Gallery on Manton Street.
Gotcha, brother.
Or it's like right off Manton. It's on Aleppo. It's one Aleppo. It's right on the corner. And it's Spaka's spot. You know Spaka?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his new spot.
Okay.
Him and his wife.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
What day did you say that was going to be?
That's going to be December 19th.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's also just independence, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
just the same way I didn't want to be in a band anymore. I like,
What about that? Well, real quick before we move on, I just want to
Yeah.
get in the band thing because, like, low key, I actually want like a band. So why
Yeah.
didn't you want to stay in a band? Because like I feel like right now, I would love to just be in a band and just kind of like developing more of that.
It depends.
style.
It depends on the band, you know. To be honest, because like if you're composing with a band, it can be very difficult, and especially if people aren't like 100% in it. You know, when it's early on and you don't know,
Having
and like
fun.
y'all are all broke and you're all
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, you know. And some people are just like, I'm just gonna keep working at the tire shop. I'm gonna keep doing like whatever, and you can't fault them for that. But like, if you want to do the music thing for real, then
Trying to
you
get
gotta
everybody on the same
be able
page.
to move.
Yeah.
And one thing that like I realized early on was like, even with just like a small amount of members, we're having a hard time like booking dates. We're having like, cause so and so is working, so like, you know what I mean, and like it's just
Tough.
difficult. So what I wanted to do was just go solo on that ass, and then like now with like the musicians that you see on stage with me, for the most part, it's like my creation, and they're just amplifying the dynamics of it. You know, like growing it out. You know, like putting more flair onto like just instead of just like an instrumental.
Kudos to you, bro.
You know?
Believing in yourself. Like most people
Right.
be like, yo, I don't know if I can do it without that push behind of like a band of that.
Yeah.
That collective of people.
I mean, for me, it's not been an option. Like music's like never been an option for me. You know what I mean? It's not really like.
That's what you want to do. Period.
Yeah, so it was like always how I wanted to like create and express myself, because that like I'm not like a phenomenal artist with the pen or anything, or like the paintbrush, but like the music was always just how I would like break down my life and how I was going through things. So like for me it's breathing, oxygen, you know what I'm saying? For me it's literally like I don't go a day without writing something, even if it's 4 bars, even if it's 4 songs. It's like just how I create at this point. So like even when I was even when I was working 3 jobs, I was still coming back and working on music until the next fucking day, and I had to clock in again because I needed to get this bread, but I also needed to get this music out, you know.
Is music
That's
to
life.
you more of a passion or an outlet?
Man,
Or I guess it could be both.
That's it. I mean, yeah,
For most people, it's both. But
it's definitely both. I'm passionate about expressing myself. You know, I think the reason why I picked up music in the first place was because it was an outlet. Before it was a passion, it was just something that like spoke to me, and I was like, yo, I want to be able to do this.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to albums and I was like, yo, how did they do this music?
Right.
How did they make this sound? You know what I mean? It was an interest, and then like I went through some things in my life where I picked up like guitar and just taught myself that shit, started writing my stuff.
I've been trying to learn that motherfucker.
Yo, if I hadn't started when I did, then I you know, it's one of those instruments where like if I hadn't started when I did, I wouldn't know it now.
Yeah, and that's literally
It's
my
hard,
struggle
bro.
right now.
It is a hard fucking.
It's very difficult. Very
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah.
I've been trying to learn for a while.
So facts.
But yo, appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? So
yeah, facts.
let's get into some shit.
It's the news, right?
It's some news, man. You know, some shit. So first off, I just want to like, let's get into this fucking shit. So male birth control, my nigga. Like, what we
Male
doing
birth
this?
control.
We doing this or what? 2019, 2020. So pretty much male
Hell
birth control
no, we won't
could take
go.
effect in about 7.
Hell no, we won't go. Hell no,
All right, so
we
I
won't
ain't gonna
go.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. When I first heard about it, I was just like, you know what? I think that would be dope. You know what I mean? It's not a vasectomy finally. You know what I mean? It's not a final thing. You're
not getting it chopped off.
Right. But when they announced that an injection had to be in the groin, I was like,
What?
yeah. Wiping my hands. I'm not
You
gonna
know,
where's the
it,
rest
you
of
know
it?
it doesn't have
Where's
to
my
though.
Where's my
But
sperm
I'm
going?
saying it has
That's
to
what
be-
they're saying to be like, yo, you don't want this, guys.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
like,
don't
where's
go
my-
for it.
Where's my sperm going?
first of
It,
all,
it
women
doesn't come out because you can still like. You
It
can
comes
still,
out as a
like-
cloud.
No. You could still come. It's just there's no sperm. Like
Where's it going? That's what I'm asking.
It's getting
dying,
dried
It's
up.
backing up
what are the
somewhere.
side effects?
Right.
death. I don't know. I really don't know. I really
Right.
don't know. But I don't know. When I first heard about it, I was on it. But that injection in the groin.
So the
thing,
only thing,
I don't know.
My only
Injection
problem
on
is
the
right.
groin?
My only problem
That's
is
crazy.
girls still kind of get a period.
Why on the groin?
It depends on the person and the type of birth control you're on.
All right.
It's really.
All right, so my thought of right, girls don't on birth control. You guys still come, and sometimes like I mean, depending on how you guys, depending on the woman, you guys come outward. when we come, we usually paint. That's what to say.
Faces.
Yeah,
Faces.
we usually
Faces.
paint. And to say that it's not going to come out anymore, where the fuck is it going?
I'm not 100% on it, but they're saying it's just like it'll come out, but like no sperm, like your actual shit.
Yeah,
that-
you still
come
gonna bust a
on.
nut.
No,
still bust a nut,
you'll
but-
get the feeling of busting a nut,
Alright.
but you probably won't get like that's what gets you pregnant is the cum.
No, but it's the
No, it's the
sperm
content.
cells.
Yes.
It's the content
Also, they're
of
blocking
the
the
cum. I
cells.
bet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got to be the
Maybe they're
content, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe they're killing.
Like
them.
how you could have
still
empty,
cum.
you could have empty calories.
Yeah.
You got empty cum.
So
too.
how
Shooting
about
blanks?
so
Right.
for the
Shooting
people
blanks.
for the people that want to have sex unprotected, right? This is how you guys stop having kids. Listen,
I'm
listen,
not
listen.
against it.
No.
I'm just
Let me give this. Me too, dog. The reason why y'all get pregnant is because of pre-cum, and also when you guys fuck and then you pull out and then you come, right? You guys try to go right back into the pussy. No, you piss afterwards.
I can imagine this in a sex ed class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
piss
facts.
always.
Just breaking it
guys,
down.
always piss afterwards. It kills any type of anything that's inside your whatever that your shaft or whatever you want to call it. So it kills all of that. So you're ready to jump back into it.
Okay.
Just make sure you use the bathroom after you come, and you'll be fine. You won't get pregnant.
Real quick, that motherfucker says scientists in India say the new birth control method will be injected directly into the groin.
What? I'm all set.
And could last approximately 13 years.
I'm all set.
Come on, bro.
What?
That's
You
too much.
delayed it.
See, that's a force right there, off top.
13 months.
I'm not
crazy.
trying to be. I already
No,
have
that's
trouble
a
sometimes.
force.
I'm not trying to be Billy Blanks all the time.
Because even for women, I think the longest one is like the IUD, and I'm pretty
It's
sure
about a
that's-
year, right?
No, that's
3
like
years.
5. No.
Oh, yes,
Five?
yes, yes, yes,
IUD
yes,
is
yes.
5.
You're
You
right.
can
You're
do
right.
Right.
5.
Because you know what it is, bro?
13.
What it is like this technology is not there yet. I'm telling
Still
you.
working on it. They say they
So
could
like
be
the
in
reason
7
why
months.
it needs to go into your groin, because it ain't there yet. The technology ain't there. Why you got to put it into the groin? Put it into the arm. Put it into like.
you got the Morena thing that goes into your
But
arm.
and then why?
I
Why is
don't
it
know,
The
go-
marine that
Imagine-
goes into your toto first. Get it right.
What's the band thing that goes into your arm?
I don't even remember what that one's called.
I know.
And it,
But how
it
does that
only
even
got to.
block? How does that even? They got it all the way
Yeah,
up
but
here.
do you understand the side effect that comes with all of that? The
No,
weight
no, no.
gain and all of that.
But just imagine you being on the table with your dick all out and motherfuckers tapping the needle talking about, you ready?
I'm
Nah.
only speaking to what he's saying.
I'm not ready.
I'm
Of the
not-
technology
I'm not
being
ready.
there,
I'm not
know?
ready for kids, and I'm not ready for
If y'all-
that.
if y'all can get something in your
13
arm, why can't
years.
we?
They're not
That's
there yet. He
crazy.
just
Not
said it.
there
They're
yet. It's not there yet.
Yeah, this is the first form. I'm pretty
I'm
sure
trying to
maybe
say.
10 years.
And the
they'll have
reason-
a shot in your ass, down your groin.
I don't want that either.
But the reason and the other reason why it takes 13 years is because what they're probably doing is like bleaching your whole insides and just being like everything's wiped out.
I'm
Sorry, it's
offset,
gonna take
man.
13 years to grow that
I'm very
grass
fond
back.
of my balls,
That
my ball
grass
area,
back.
my dick area. I'm very fond of that.
It's too much.
I
It's
just
too
don't
much.
like the fact, like, I'm just picturing it in my head that you in the doctor's office. Like, I already know what you women go through, like, when you go through pap smears and shit. Imagine yo ass fucking balls all out, legs open, and motherfucker just
Not a
tapping
good
the
look.
syringe, like, are you ready, sir? Like,
It's not a good look.
And I'll be honest with you, man.
that shit in my groin.
If you fucking with a girl that actually loves you, she wants the kaboom after. And if you ain't giving that to her, she gonna be like, "Who else are you fucking?"
no, you get the kaboom. There's
Yeah,
just no
it's just no
sperm.
sperm.
No, we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet.
I think if it was
Touche.
reversible,
Who did they test this on?
13
They
years. Once you get a shot, that's
They
not
said it
reversible.
could last.
Who did they
I
test
mean,
this on? They
Good,
tested
that's-
on rats.
That's a long time that it could last, though.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, if
That's a
it's
long
something-
time
that's too
because
long.
it could last
could've had a
13
13-year-old
years.
child
It
by
could
now.
I
last
think the
3.
first test dummy should be niggas with over like 5 kids. Like, nigga, you should stop. Like,
Wow.
Cape Verde should take this. Hey, Cape Verde.
Damn.
Kids.
I ain't say that.
You
My
like 40,
dad
50
needs that
plus,
shit.
and you over there like, nigga. I watched a video. It was I think it was on Instagram, and this lady was talking about like how many kids these motherfuckers. One nigga, just came
They're
out-
coming for all my
Damn.
cousins.
One nigga, it was like one person was like, yeah, I got 3 kids with with 3 different baby mamas. And I was like, yeah, I got 5 kids with 6 baby mamas. And then one nigga said, yes, I got 28 kids. And nigga was like, whoa, nigga, time out. What? 28 fucking. Yeah, so you need this shit right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, you need that.
That
Inject
point,
it
it
right.
Be an option. 28 kids, mother.
You're done,
You
bro.
getting this shit
Nigga.
today?
Bruh.
You're done.
Today.
Y'all
You're
can
done.
populate yourself.
You had a good run, bro.
If the world ended it,
Bruh.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
I
But
think it
yeah,
might be Noah.
the tech just ain't there, you know?
It isn't.
I ain't letting nobody play with my balls, bro. You ain't gonna be down there trying to figure shit out with my balls.
Nah, as a woman, I wouldn't recommend doing that shit, especially if it's not restful, especially if it's in the groin. Come on.
Yo.
We go through a lot of shit too.
I was
though.
about
Women
to
No,
go
facts.
through it with
That's
the birth control.
with the
But
birth control,
with
like that
ours,
should be.
yeah.
That's when you go wish the
That
baby
should
away?
be like fucking women up.
Fucking with y'all, yeah.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
it like does all sorts of like I don't know hormone
God
shit
didn't intend-
and
God didn't
already
intend us to
hormonal
have-
as it is.
God didn't intend us to have this, okay? We're supposed to fuck and populate. Leave people alone. Leave
let
it-
you you gonna say that?
Some motherfuckers need to stop having kids. Like,
No, they do. No,
like you need.
they
this
do,
shit.
but still.
28 fucking kids, bro. Come on.
Well, kids need to be more
I'm not gonna be reckless, I'm
affordable.
telling you.
And kids need to be more.
Kids need to be more affordable.
Yeah.
And we got to bring
Yeah,
back. We
man.
got to reverse that child labor. They got to start going to work at 11. Nah, I'm playing.
No.
Fuck that.
Stand on it.
Bring
Go
your
get a
ass.
job.
Right, go to the mines. No, sometimes
Go fucking
some-
mind cold.
Oh,
bro.
shit. Hold on, what you say?
we got to bring back the mines.
You ever watch
We
Aqua
got
Teen
to
Hunger Force?
start mining again.
bro,
Put them
that's
kids
so
down
wrong.
there.
You ever see Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
a long time.
So when fucking Carl, they had the Christmas episode when Carl had to go work in the mines
Oh,
with
my
his
God.
dad. He said,
Yeah.
he said, thanks, Daddy. He said, you got me a carpet. He said, yeah, it's regular old Aladdin there. It's just a carpet, magic flying carpet.
Oh, bro.
He said, all right, now put on your working boots and your respirator. We're gonna go work in the mines. I don't want to work in the mines,
Kids back
Daddy.
then. Kids back then was on some savage life.
Bro.
Kids back then, and kids like in other parts of the world too, where like shit is not as easy. They'll be run up on you with a machete. No lie. The night we got there, the woman who was like kind of like giving us our guide for the couple days we were there, she was like, yeah. Like the first week we came, one of my roommates was like robbed by machete, like point. And I was like, oh, good to know. And we're driving down all these like first time out of the country ever, by the way.
Really? Wow.
And we're just driving down these like streets, and I'm just like, oh shit. She's like machete vibes. I'm like, damn.
Machete vibe.
Thinking about fucking shit.
That's my new shit right there. I go out of the country. I go to DR like, this is machete vibes.
Oh no, DR is a whole. Nah, that's not. Yeah, nah. That's
Machete
machete
vibes.
That's
And here I am trying to not be like assuming shit, you know. I'm like let me chill, you know.
Save yourself,
dangerous
bro.
stuff
Assume
happens
everything.
everywhere, not just in fucking Central America. But when you get to the airport and there's like armed guards and fucking like uniforms with the fucking M16s, you're like, oh wow, all right.
Shit gets real.
Yeah, you kind of like, all right, maybe I do gotta
Let's
watch
do this
me-
show and leave the same fucking day.
Yeah, thanks. They got a knife shop around here. Let me just grab something real quick.
Something. Bro.
I'll turn bitch real quick. Sir, I am from the United States of America.
That ain't gonna work.
No, that's not gonna work. They're gonna take you.
They're gonna be like, oh, word,
They
cool.
gonna take you.
If anything,
No male birth
that's
control.
not fair about the other
No,
country. Like I can handle anything. Like I've been shot at, all that, right? In America.
in America.
In America,
Them
but
niggas
out
don't
the
miss
country,
out there, bro. They
out
don't
the
miss.
country, I am
Yeah.
a bitch.
They
Shit
can
gets-
run into the embassy real quick.
Shit gets amplified out. Like
bro,
when
it's
you
Out
don't
the
speak the
country,
language,
I'm a
bro.
straight
Every
hoe.
Uber driver, I immediately felt was like, yo, we could like this is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like every Uber driver, never felt that way in my life. Like riding around like in the U.S. of A. But like when you don't understand the language the Uber driver's speaking, you're just kind of like,
Listen,
They're
I'm
gonna
not.
be
I
taking
wasn't.
you anywhere.
right,
I wasn't-
exactly. I don't know the
wasn't
shortcuts.
born in
I don't
Haiti,
know.
But Haiti had a point where they were just kidnapping everybody. Kidnap you fresh off the plane. You get in that car, kidnap you.
Heated.
Ransom.
I just
You know
see the
what I'm
video.
saying? It's real.
I just see the
It's
video of
real.
Haiti just now, and dudes are chopping people up with machetes.
Hey.
I didn't even mean to see. I was just on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yo,
They
it's real,
motherfuckers-
like, you
When
gotta
somebody
be careful.
puts some shit like that
And
on
my
your
boy
timeline,
puts,
you're like, wow,
God,
really?
Jesus
You
is
did me
never
like
coming
this?
back for us.
Give me like
I saw one video. This dude, I don't know, he got in trouble with the boss, and they like tied him up, hog-tied his ass, and had two pit bulls like eating off of him, eating his shit off, like and
That
his
just-
shit.
that
That,
just
Never watched
reminds me
Many
of
Faces
that.
of
was
Death?
some male birth control. Literally, it took his shit off. I'm like, no. And I'm like,
Oh
whoever,
my god.
exactly, yo,
Oh my god.
It's like
everybody
Game of Thrones when they released the hounds.
Release the hounds.
release the fucking hounds for sure, bro. That sucks. That's gotta suck. No Novocaine. You just getting that fucking dog biting
You
on
got
your
your
shit.
face bit into and just
I'm good.
And you know, because at first they're testing you out. They're just like getting like little nibbles here. You're like, yo, chill.
Like this meat is good. This meat is alright. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, this one. Then that's when they go in. You're like, yo, come on,
I
man.
can't do with that shit. But speaking about male birth control a little bit, so you wanted to mention something. So let's talk about it.
It was just a topic that came up on my Table Talk page, and it was
Oh, shout out to the Table Talk. The mixer is coming out in the December 7th.
We about to be
Make sure
mixing
you buy
at the
your
mixer.
tickets. You know what I'm saying? It's
2 to
out
6
here.
p.m.
That's
JD's
it.
Bar 137 Central
Wrist
Street,
work.
CF.
Okay, all right. Talk about it.
So this topic was porn. So how would you feel if your
Y'all just
partner
nasty.
you know how we did. If your partner was watching porn that was the complete opposite of what you are, how would you feel about that?
You asking me?
I'm asking all of you.
All of y'all?
Everybody got to answer this.
I'll say porn is fantasy, so it might. You know what I mean? It
Right.
might not be. I mean, I don't know. Like, how different? Like, I know so going into my situation with my partner, I'm not her type. She's not mine.
Yeah.
But we just. You know what I mean?
Heated.
You know what I mean? Like, she dates tall, black ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I am short and medium skinned.
I'm mocha.
I'm mocha. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, I talk about my tape on here.
yeah, we talk.
I mean, but we both change each other's minds on. You know what I mean? But I guess like porn's a fantasy world, man. I watch shit that I shouldn't watch. Like I watch porn that's fuck me and my mom, and you know what I mean, set porn and shit.
Yo.
Like it's just like because.
You want to fuck somebody in their mom.
And their mom, yeah.
You get it? Shit that you know ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, like and I see that on I watch these podcasts called Horrible Decisions, and it's horrible decisions. They talk about sex all the time, and she was like, I watch bukkake porn, but I'll never let a girl. It's like when a whole bunch of dudes just come and nut on a girl's face,
Jesus,
like a train,
Right.
a train, and she's like, I love to watch that shit. But I just wouldn't be able to. I couldn't do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just think that a lot of. I mean,
Yeah, it's fantasy.
as long as he or she's still
Right.
doing a do in the bedroom, and you know what I mean, and
Right.
looks at you with those eyes.
Yeah, for the most part. I just feel like it just depends on it. Like, if you're talking about a different ethnicity, if you're talking about certain different weird shit or whatever, fine, that's cool. Like S&M, maybe maybe you just like to be tied up and we haven't been doing that type of shit. Cool. But it's like, all right, like the biggest thing, because we know how porn is. Like, niggas with fat asses and niggas with fucking schlongs inside of your form. If
Look like a baby leg or
if your
something.
porn search is just like massive Lexington steel ass
Yeah,
niggas,
man.
I'm gonna be like, all right, bet I get what you're coming for. Like, obviously, if you're watching shit like that, I'm like,
See, if it's extreme like that, like if you know my dick, and then you got a nigga over here that's like,
come on, bro.
That's
Come
like-
on, bro.
that's
But
like,
then it could
and
go-
like
it
he
could
look
go
like
hand in
he
hand.
look like he's kin to a horse.
You know,
Like I
you know,
We're gonna have to have a
feel some
talk.
type of way.
Yeah.
You feel some type of way. But if it's like a different ethnicity, but it goes the same hand in hand if you're watching porn about bitches with fat asses and your girl
Listen,
really doesn't have a
I
fat
told my
ass.
girl off rip, I like Asian women, right?
Right? He said that's weird.
So
No.
I
I didn't say that's weird.
So my girl knows, so she knows like if I'm out in public and there's a cute Asian girl, I'm gonna look. But she'll even point it out sometimes. Like, look at her.
Yeah, 'cause
like,
she knows that's
Yeah, I
what
mean,
you
she
like.
just knows that like I like Asian,
Matchmaker.
That,
playing
my
matchmaker.
types are Asian, black, and Spanish.
Blackies.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but Asian women kind of just like I never had one. I just kind of like looking like yeah.
That might be why.
I get in creep mode a little bit. Like
It's because we grew
Creep
up
mode.
watching anime. We just fantasize about the shit.
Yo.
no, you know what's crazy is that's not what it is.
No?
Because I don't even like Japanese women. I like strictly Cambodians because they're the black Asians.
Oh, but yeah, exactly. they cater to what you
Yeah,
have.
they
That's
are.
fact.
They're the darker
fact.
skinned Asians.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
and it's
I
not,
feel you.
it's not like the light skin thing. It's like, look, I like a fair skinned Asian woman.
But they're the black of Asians. That ass.
Yeah.
Philippines a little bit too. You know?
Yeah, Philippine too.
Yeah, I feel that. What about you, brother?
My whole thing would be like what you said is fantasy. Like
Yeah.
we chilling. Now if it was one, so like I'm sure my search history is just random as fuck. Like you couldn't, if you just had my search history in front of you, you would not be able to figure out like what I'm truly into because it's eclectic. I'm an eclectic dude. I watch all kinds of shit. You know
Even
what I'm
when
saying?
you're
Like
stroking your dick and listening to music
whatever.
at the same time.
You know what I'm
It's all
saying?
over the
Like
place.
because it's at the end of the day, it's just like
Fantasy.
it's a nut. That's it. I'm just watching it for a nut, and then I'm turning the tab off.
I don't know what gets me off
I'm
until I see
leaving.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
That look crazy.
You watch right? No, you see a crazy thumbnail or like a crazy caption,
Yeah.
and you just like click on it, see what it's like. You know what I'm saying? But like now, if my search history was just one thing, and my partner didn't look like that.
Yeah.
Then it would be kind of weird because it'd be like, are you leaving some sort of like double life?
Yeah.
Like you only watching this type of porn and I'm not that? Then it would be kind of weird. But like, babe, you can't be mad at me for watching, this type of porn when the porn right before it was like dominating a chick and her mom.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's wild
truth be told, some of those videos are bomb, but what fucks me up is when she's like, oh, my son, da-da-da, like,
No,
mom,
not-
that's the shit that fucks
that's
me
not-
up.
that's
Yeah.
not the bit I like.
Come on, you don't got to say all that.
Yeah, bro.
It's mostly, it's not even her mom. It's mostly like her stepmom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but my point being, like, she'll be like, my whole thing is she's hot. She's a hot older woman. I bet we can roll with that. But when she starts saying
Saying
things
it
like
out loud.
my
Yeah, that
son,
makes it weird.
ooh, my son,
That
oh
shit.
my mom, ooh, it's like no.
Yeah, that
I'm gonna
shit is
mute
weird.
y'all for now. But then like you think they're just getting right into it, but then she'll interrupt it by saying some slick shit again.
That's weird. I try
Yeah,
not to watch those. Like, and like, it's
Yeah.
more of like, oh, this is my daughter's boyfriend, and I'm gonna fuck him with my daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's the ones I go for.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, that's the ones I go for. Like, I
That
got
sounds like the same shit to me.
I was telling you
Yeah,
before the
that sounds
podcast.
That sounds like the same
like
shit
that.
to
Not
me.
even. I
Yeah.
would love to fuck my girl's mom too at the same damn time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you say it as me fucking my girl's mom versus me fucking with my daughter, I don't know.
Exactly. It's
the same
weirder.
way,
It's
but
weirder.
the flip.
Exactly.
The way you say it.
No, they're the weirdos. I'm just the
It's
savage.
No, I'm with you.
They're the weirdos for
depends
doing
how you
it.
say
I'm
it.
the savage.
I want to fuck my
Yeah.
girl's
You're
mom
not the
with
weirdo,
you.
you're the
It doesn't
savage.
Yeah,
sound bad.
I'm the savage
Okay.
for doing
But
it.
when you're saying I want
and they're the weirdos for even
my
complying.
my daughter's, my
course.
daughter
Right.
and her
Different.
man. Like, come
That's
on.
funny, bro.
So like
That's
even
funny.
so like my most of my porn is literally like chubby asterisk.
Right.
So it's like I like a a
Right.
thicker girl or
Right.
a
I
chubby
like all
chick.
my girls
So it
BBW.
might be chubby Latina. It might be
Right.
chubby Asian. It might be you know what I mean?
Right. See, that's your theme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying what I was
Theme. I
saying,
love it.
what he said earlier, but what I really meant was like it's not weird if you watch like an Asian
It's all
porn
Asian
or whatever the fuck. But like it would just be weird to me if your fetish was somebody's ethnicity.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I only date
No.
Cambodian women. It's like, but why though? Because are you like, why you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have a type. I get it. I get that. But if like you're only dating one sort of type, or if you're only into this one type of porn, it's kind of like fetishizing somebody's ethnicity. It's
So
kinda weird to
that's
me.
weird too because it's like it's unless it's like culture wise, right?
Okay.
Which you're not even delving into that because porn is superficial, right? You're getting off to how she looks because there are like let's say right your fetish is I only like white girls. There are black women that are light skinned that have some of the same facial features, right? There are Asian women that are light skinned that have some of the same facial features. So what do you really like? You know what I'm saying? It's not
You like an android. You like a
Yeah.
cyborg.
Right.
You know what I
You
mean?
like cucumber sandwich.
So what do you
One of
what do
them
you
sex
really
dolls.
like about that? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Look, I ain't gonna lie. For a long time, I didn't watch black porn. Like I watch, even
It's a
now,
story.
I don't watch just straight black porn. Like it's always a contrast of something else. It's always like more interracial stuff. Like I didn't like the production value of black porn.
That's all it is, bro. The production,
feel that.
bro. We want a story.
Yeah, I wanted the story and shit.
You
And
know
black
what I'm saying?
porn used to just be like mad
Right.
savage and just
That's it.
Well,
As
they
soon
don't-
as
they
you
don't-
turn it on, oh, this sounds good.
They ain't got
bad. Fucking balls hitting the screen. That's how it
That's
starts.
too much, bro. That's too much.
Ah!
Well, before, because we want to see what V was gonna say, but
Yeah, sorry,
before
go
I
ahead.
say anything, it's like, is it completely wrong to kind of like? I mean, first of all, it's wrong to look at your partner's anything, phone, whatever. But like, in a sense, I would kind of want to know what you're into, because like, in a sense, like if like, all right, say for instance me, like if I had just watched like girls with like big ass titties or some shit, and she's just like, damn, I don't have that. Like, you kind of want to kind of know to see if you want to satisfy him in a sense. Like, all right, biggest thing. It's like if a dude is watching a porn, just a lot of anal. Most likely
He's trying to send you a hint.
He's trying to. He likes that shit. So if you're not doing it, he's gonna jerk off to it, or he might be getting it. So you just. So is it wrong in a sense? Like it's kind of good. I mean, if you're watching like schlongs, obviously I can't grow a bigger dick. But you know what I'm saying? So
do we wish we could?
But if there's stuff that he or she is looking at that you can kind of cater to, like S&M shit. You know what I'm saying? Like okay. He or she likes that. All right, so how can I? You know what I'm saying? So is it? You know what I mean?
I just think.
Oh, go ahead.
I think it's all about communication. And no, you shouldn't look through your partner's phone, but you should have that open lane of communication where you can tell them what you like and what you don't like. But my opinion is also biased because I am bisexual and I don't mind bringing a third party into the bedroom. So. You know, I don't have big titties, and if that's what you want, let's go find a girl with big titties. You know what I mean?
Word. Shit, point me at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's see those warlocks.
Shit,
Yeah,
let's do
we
it.
gotta go see these warlocks.
Me too.
But as far as porn too, I don't watch anything that I think it's fantasy for me, but it's not anything that I wouldn't or that's not gonna happen. So you were just saying like, you know, you watch like Asian porn or whatever, or maybe that's something that's not gonna happen for you. But for me, everything I watch is something that I want to do in the future. So right now, like I'm into like threesome porn, like that's my thing right now. So I'm in that stage. Yeah, it's all about stages.
Jesus.
But I also never used to really watch porn, so now I'm just you know I'm just getting into
Figure it out your
Checking
way.
it out.
Yeah.
What's better
Wrong
on
with
We've
it?
been doing
Wading
this
into the
forever.
water.
baby.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And I know what I want.
I know what gets me off.
2 seconds. That's all I
That's
need.
what I'm into right now.
Wow.
That's what I'm into right now. So I can figure out when the time comes that's happening. I know exactly what to do and how to do it.
Right. Nothing wrong with
What
it.
if she starts doing the same thing? It's just like, oh, you saw the same thing I did. You saw the same movie I
You're
did.
cheating. You're not supposed
Oh,
to
you
do
ordered
that
the
way.
pizza? Damn. You saw that pizza
It's
one
no
too?
competition. We part of the same team. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Let's go.
It's all
Let's
good,
go.
You know what I'm saying? Well, another question I want to ask before we move on really quick is if you could cheat, well, if you're in a relationship, I don't know, but if you could cheat with one person, who would it be? Celebrity wise, whatever.
Can I go
my
first?
God.
Okay, go ahead.
Chris Brown.
What?
Typical. You know, just
Chris
get out.
Brown does it to
Get
me.
out, man.
Yo, I thought we had to talk about these light skinned niggas.
I think a lot of women is Chris Brown. I mean, that's pretty.
Nah, that's a lot of
Just-
women.
Yeah,
There's a lot
I
of
just.
women. It's all right. What about you, fellas? What's
I
up?
pleaded fifth, bro.
One woman. Like, it's a celebrity. Like, be real. Come on.
Fuck.
Is she Asian?
Nah.
Oh.
There's not too many Asian celebrities that I'm like besides Janae Aiko, I'm like, I like her, but she's like mad skinny, so it doesn't like I love her,
skinny
but I
chicks
just don't.
can
She's just skinny,
hit or
like,
miss.
it's just, like,
Ain't too
cause I
many
got
chubby Asians.
yeah.
So
That's
who
why
would it
I
be?
probably
Who
would
would it
like fuck. Somebody go first, so I can think.
Go lunch.
Would I? No. There's no cheating. There's no cheating with me.
There's no. But
There's
if
no
it was a
cheating with me.
celebrity,
If you got a hall pass,
It wouldn't matter to me. Hall pass.
yo, shout out to you.
It
This
wouldn't
dude is
matter
like,
to me.
I don't
It wouldn't
cheat.
matter to me. It just doesn't matter to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no like not even like the hottest celebrity I could think of.
Word.
I wouldn't, because if I'm with somebody, I'm just with them. That's like how my brain works.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah,
I don't
cheating's
know.
like the word cheating.
I
right?
was just saying if there was one, okay, even if it's cheating, I'm sorry, maybe not cheating. If there was one celebrity you can be with or fuck,
Okay.
who would it be? It doesn't have to be cheating. Lord
Okay,
Jesus.
that's better.
Jesus.
Right now, I gotta say Meg Thee Stallion.
All right.
But like right
Oh,
now,
yeah, you have
only
been.
cause like she's growing on me.
Yeah.
She's like real like I might have to delete her off Instagram.
Oh my
she's,
God.
she's growing on me too much.
A little bit too
and
much.
it's not even like it's not even because she be twerking and shit. Is
It's because she be twerking. Don't worry.
No.
Come on,
I
man.
appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. But she's immensely talented. Like, and she just seems dope
Yeah,
to
she
be
does.
around.
I just like the
and,
fact that
and
she
she likes
was-
anime.
Oh yeah, she does. She does. I like the fact that she was in school and doing all this.
Exactly,
I love,
dog.
I love a
sophisticated rat shit.
Okay.
That's what we all like.
All right, one celebrity.
A
Doesn't have to
celebrity.
be cheating, bro. Just who you fucking.
A celebrity. Man, I don't know.
She might also have too much ass for me. I might have to do calculations
Yeah,
behind the
you got to
pussy.
spread them, bro.
Yeah.
Just
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
This is tough.
All right. Well, I'll go first. If
Yeah,
it
you
was-
go first. I got to think of something.
If it was me off rip, I mean, there's obviously a few, but I'm just gonna. This was the first one I thought about. Sama Hayek.
Oh my
Bro,
god,
it's a
somehow,
wrap, bro. I'm
no,
taking that down.
Yo,
Taking
I'm
that
sorry, bro.
down.
What's the
Oh my
what's
god.
shorty? Priyanka.
Priyanka Chopra.
Yeah, God.
Nick Jonas
I be
is fucking
I ain't gonna front side baby, but I be
is
looking at her like, dog,
fine.
what the fuck?
She is fine. Priyanka Chopra.
No
She
say.
Nick Jonas' wife. Indian chick, Bollywood star, bruh. But you know what's crazy? A lot of people
she has
never
like this-
knew about her though. Like,
She has
because
like
I was
this-
watching Bollywood for a while.
Yeah.
I knew about her, and then she started hitting the American market.
You're right,
And I'm just
you're right,
like,
you're right.
damn.
She has this
She's
elegance, bro.
Indian,
It's like,
Indian
it's
women
weird.
are so fucking beautiful, bro. It's
She has this
insane.
elegance and like this like,
And she look like she's
I like the way she
free.
talks
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like her voice, tone. I know she dope.
Full
I fuck with her.
lips, full
Yeah.
lips, big eyes. I love it. I love it.
She dope.
All right,
Man.
Munch, what you talking about?
Man, who we going with? So my pick might be. It depends.
Throw it out there. I'm probably Megan Good.
Who's that?
Never mind.
Oh
Yes.
Fine.
Who's that? Megan Good?
Throwing her
No,
out
I
there.
don't know.
Transformers,
She's all
the girl
Christian
that-
now and shit.
no,
Shia
that's
LaBeouf.
good. Wait,
Shia LaBeouf before. Back then.
no, that's not Megan Good. That's Megan Fox.
No, I meant Megan Fox. That's what I'm sorry.
Oh,
Not
all
Megan
right.
Good. My bad. Anyway.
Megan Good too.
she's-
You
I'll take
seen
both.
her lately?
Yeah, she's alright. She's alright.
Yeah.
She's
Her thumbs is off horrible, but
That is
her thumbs.
Oh.
All right. So what are you thinking?
Man, so I'm kind of like between Lady Gaga,
Interesting.
MIA, because she's I don't know, it's like because it's a combination of like looks and vibe. That's my thing is a looks and vibe. So like Erykah Badu, beautiful woman. I mean,
she'll turn you
Lot
the
of-
fuck
yo,
out.
no, she'll
Exactly.
She done. She done.
Exactly.
Every
She
man she
turned-
fucked,
yo.
and like
went weird. You know what I'm saying? Went crazy, you know what I'm
Go
saying?
back down.
So
But
like
her ass is
beautiful
nuts.
woman, but I'd be too hung up on like wanting to just like be around her creative
Her energy.
flow. You know what I'm saying? Like being in like I'd want to like make music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Shit. I'm
Lady Gaga though, probably.
Yeah,
I
it
like Lady
depends.
Gaga. I'll
It depends
pick-
on the
she's
Lady
too high-key
Gaga though.
weird
She
to me.
right
love
now
it.
she's a little like on her other shit right now. But like back in the day when she was doing like the right, that was more of my vibe for her. Yeah, I like that. You know,
That's facts.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. We out here.
I just wondering, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's
Chris
a
Brown
couple.
ass.
You see me thinking over here.
Nigga, whoop my ass.
Oh, wow.
Right out.
Jeez.
That's joking.
Anyway, so another thing that
That's
popped-
part of his charm.
it
ain't slow.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
don't get it
headlock,
fucked
he'll
up.
know.
Don't get it fucked up. It might have slowed down his money, but it did not slow down his pussy. Chris Brown stayed getting pussy.
But
Girls
you know
don't
what?
It
care.
didn't
They're
even
like-
slow down his
No,
his
no, no.
money
It did
either.
at first.
For a
but
while, yeah, you're
For
right.
a while, the thing is that Chris Brown never gave up. Like that's one thing I respect.
No,
He
that
started
motherfucker
rapping.
Released a
It made
30-something
him that much more
track album.
attractive, though.
He did start rapping though.
He started rapping, got some more tats.
Yeah,
It's like wow.
And then did an old Motown haircut.
yeah. Now he,
Right.
yeah, he look. Yeah, he look.
It's kind of crazy,
Still
right?
fine as hell.
He just had a kid too, actually, right?
Yeah, he had a boy,
Yeah,
right?
boy.
Yeah. All right, so moving on real quick to social media and the whole thing. So recently, another topic that came up is about Ray J and Princess Love on social media. So pretty much, quick synopsis of what happened. So Princess Love said that Ray J wanted to move to Las Vegas, and Ray J didn't really. Well, she didn't want to move to Las Vegas with her and the kids. Blah 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 blah. And he left them stranded at a hotel to do whatever. And then she came back and went on Instagram Live and was like, this motherfucker left us stranded at the hotel because he went to his other hotel so he can go party with escorts and strippers and all of that. And then went on Facebook Live and literally just confirmed that she wants a fucking divorce from him. And I think, and the reason why we're bringing this up is just like, it's the whole fact that
He
it's
could have
on
been
social
going to
media.
Bible study.
No, shit.
Why she got a
I'm
T? Why she got a T? Why she got a T and be like, oh, he's out there partying with hoes, partying
man.
with strippers. That it's like, yo, he could have been doing
Bible
music.
study.
No,
He could have been.
a whores there. You didn't
Right.
go.
That's anecdotal. That's strictly anecdotally speaking. You're trying to slander this man.
You didn't. You
Why do you
didn't.
want to take the kids to Vegas? Vegas is a terrible place to raise
Well,
children.
that's what Princess Love is saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he wanted to bring the kids to Vegas.
He wants to move to
So-
Vegas. She doesn't want to move to Vegas.
My thought
Mistake.
is right.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
thought is
And that's
though,
what
right.
she's saying.
So,
But my
he's-
biggest thing, before
Why would he invite
let me
y'all?
Let me
All
just
right.
get it out. Is the fact that she threw on social media that she wants a divorce.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing, and I was like, all right, that's
I have a couple of
On
questions
the
with this.
gram.
Why would he?
gram.
Why would he invite y'all
Jeez.
to come party with strippers and whores?
Maybe
For
he
the
wants
get
his
no,
daughter to-
no.
Bitches don't make no
Oh my
sense.
god.
Freddie.
I'm sorry.
Like, but why would he invite y'all to that? He put the hand out like, yo, I want to move over here. And then how can you get stranded when you're rich? You know what I'm saying? Like,
never
think
know.
about the optics of
No,
it. No, listen, let me finish. How can you get stranded when you're rich? You guys have money. We didn't get stranded. He just left y'all there. That's not the same as stranded. Stranded, like what I mean to me is
Right.
like without money, without care, without anything. Like y'all got money.
You can
like,
be
it ain't
left but not
stranded.
be stranded.
I think in her mind it was like she meant mentally stranded, and I'm only saying that because she did say that she's 8 months pregnant and then they have a baby and she didn't want to fly 8 months pregnant. You're really not supposed to fly when you're over a certain I don't know how many months it is, but it's not recommended that you fly that pregnant. And so she didn't want to drive with the baby by herself. So I think it was in that sense.
I'm also hearing like Las Vegas and around surrounding areas it's a hot place to move now. Like it's starting to become like a big like cheaper and like not it's like surrounding areas of Las Vegas. And there's a lot of like companies starting to go out that way. My only issues are you don't know what the fuck he did out there. Unless he got video evidence. You know what I'm saying? But
That's what he does on the usual though. And she's like, whatever, he's an entertainer, he's doing
I want to believe that Ray J turned over a new leaf and is a good guy. That's what I want to believe.
That nigga fucking.
He's a boy. He's a fuck boy.
Nah, I don't know. But
if this comes out to not be true, you guys need to put out a formal apology.
Nah, I'm all set. Like you said, it's a podcast. We can assume whatever the fuck we want.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
Saying.
Nah,
but
at
the end of the day, he left her stranded. That's what she's saying, and he went to do whatever he did. He got into. She's saying that he started an argument to go do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Oh,
that's the best time to do it.
out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end,
It's like, man, I really want to go out. Let me just start this
halfway
fight.
break up, so it's kind of vague.
Exactly.
Wow.
My biggest thing is like, yo, you just don't announce shit like that on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like people just like hold like I don't know, like social media. We on that too much, man. Like your personal life to an extent.
She's getting validation from people that don't really give a fuck about her life.
It's too much.
And I'm not making excuses for her, but in her defense, she is 8 months pregnant. She's fucking hormonal as fuck. She's hurt.
Sounds like an excuse to me.
An extra.
Sounds like an excuse.
I'd be upset.
I like definitely.
that shit
That's
off
a definitely an
social media.
excuse.
She definitely shouldn't have put it out there. But I'm just saying, she's pregnant and shit.
I don't know about
She has family. She can go talk to family and vent. What she did was try
Maybe
to get
she didn't
ahead.
feel like she
what
had
she
anybody
did
in that
was
moment.
what she did was try to sway public opinion to her favor. So when the divorce comes, people are on her side.
But he also posted a picture of them as a family, and maybe that's what ticked her off because she commented on it saying,
Are
"You're
they not
posting
still
a
a
picture
family?
of the family, and you just left me stranded."
They're not a family
So
until
they're going tit for tat.
they're gonna still
They're
after they get
tit for tat.
divorced, they'll still be a family.
They're going tit for tat at the end of the day. So they're both childish.
I don't know.
No. Just
All right, well, anyway.
yeah.
And I'll be
out
the
of
one
their
that punched
business.
some girl in the face because he said to do it.
I don't know.
On Love and Hip Hop. I
another
remember
thing,
seeing.
too.
I only watched the only thing about Love and Hip Hop I ever watched is like the ending show, like the one where
the
that
last-
yeah,
yeah, when they all meet up.
because that's where you get all the
They're
recaps.
all ready to get butt.
Yeah, that's where you get all the fights and the recaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of the fights. So you just watch those, and you probably get the whole gist of everything else.
I used to be a strong advocate for Love and Hip Hop because
No, I don't fuck with it.
No, back
I used to
then,
ride for them.
Yo, I used to love
ratchet
Ratchet
ass.
Mondays. I used to love it. You know
I used
what I'm
to
saying?
swear by it.
But then it got to the point where it's like, all right, one, it's like getting too scripted. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we talked about because you literally just mentioned that Little Fizz is dropping a project. So you were kind of talking about like maybe him dating April Jones is in that.
Lil Fizz.
You know what I'm saying? In that stint. But I'm just like,
about to go. Bum,
it's just like
bum,
a
bum.
lot of it is just
I'm about to listen to that
fucking
song after
fake
this.
as shit.
Sorry.
I actually heard it yesterday, which is crazy.
That's
But-
all I want to see.
Oh shit, talk to
Sorry,
him.
I kind of my shit on the low.
Yeah. But a lot of this shit needs to stay off social media. It's a little bit of a force or whatnot, but
Well, people got to stay off social media.
yeah. But you
Do we? Or do we just have to?
just be careful what you post.
Yeah, be
Smart
careful
about
what you post and be careful what you let on your social media or who you follow. I think that's the biggest thing.
I like when people check. I love when people check me about certain shit about social media. Like I don't post a lot of shit, like personal shit, but like I like when I'll post some shit and they be like, my niggas be like, "You alright?" I'm like, "Oh shit." Maybe this last post wasn't too smart. Let's delete
I get-
that. You know what I mean?
my
I like
dad-
that 'cause
my
sometimes
dad
you just
is king
get
of that
so
shit.
into some shit and just post some shit because he just like in the feeling. You know what I mean? But
Princess Love. That's
My
what
dad
she
is king of that
he
shit.
needs a friend to be like,
I-
"Yo, you need
Yo,
to take that
shit down.
I be telling this
Like,
motherfucker
everybody
about
saw
what my dad be saying to me.
Yo.
Like I'll be after the podcast. Like my dad will call me. I post some shit. My dad will call me like, "Hey, what you doing?" Like just chilling. He's like, "Hey, what's that shit you posted on Facebook?" Said nothing, Dad. I'm
It's a
all
song
right.
lyric?
I'm okay. It's a song. It's a song lyric. He's like, I'm just checking on you. Hey, you posted some guns on Facebook the other day. Yo, take that shit off the Facebook. It's like, all right, damn, man. Damn, I'm 28 years old. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, but he knows. He's like, yo,
Yeah.
yo,
Just checking. I mean, you don't want.
Nah, he like when you get checked sometimes. Sometimes you get reckless. I get reckless on Facebook.
Yeah, we do.
I
It
get
happens.
reckless. I get
We
reckless a lot of
forget.
time. Like
We forget.
if my job actually seen the shit that I post, they would think about.
Well, some people put everything on their social media and I'd be
Yes.
like, yo, why? What are you doing this for? Like, why are you like putting, oh, I just had a tuna melt. It was so good. Like, who gives a fuck? Or they'd be like,
Tuna
or
melt.
they'd be like, fucking, you know, oh, fuck so and so, such and such.
Bro.
They, the ops. Da, da, da.
Nah.
It's like, yo,
That-
you're
yeah.
teeing for no reason. You should
That-
just like, get on fucking FaceTime with this person.
I never
handle
argue
it
with
like
a nigga.
that.
I'll never argue with a nigga over Facebook.
Fuck that.
My favorite thing
I
to do is if I got a problem with you or if my sister's arguing with somebody or something and they getting problems, I just drop the devil emoji. And you know, everybody knows
just
off
go,
rich.
LOL.
Off rip that off rip. I'm about to have fun with you. Whenever I meet up with you, it's about to
Now,
go
see,
down.
with me, when I have an altercation, I'm not putting that shit on social media or anything like that. But like, I don't know. Maybe I come at it grown as fuck because like I'm very mature and I know what I gotta lose. So I'll literally hit a motherfucker up. I'm like, yo, bro, like we gonna either be mature about it because we can go either or. But I'm telling,
I be trying to
I'm coming
explain
to you
people that.
as like a grown man first because I don't want to step on my character. But like, yo, what's up? Can we handle this as men, as an adults? And if they're fuck that, all right, bet, say less.
That's the thing.
But I'm gonna try it first though. But I'm not gonna be on social media posting shit. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit you up personally. Like, yo, bro, what's up? What are you trying to do? Is there any way we can mend this shit and just not fuck with each other, but not continue with this shit?
That's the thing.
You know what I mean,
Don't
bro?
let me
Don't let me
being
get to
kind and letting you slide
That's yes.
make you think that I'm not with the shit.
Yeah.
I live in that zone. But before I go into that zone,
I'm gonna be a man.
I'm gonna try to be like, all right, yo, what do we got to do to reconcile this or
Exactly.
whatever. But once I get into that zone, it's fun for me.
Yeah, we ain't
Well, you
tripping.
can't do it better than me. I'm on your head. Also, there was a situation with my stepfather, and my stepfather used social media for bitch shit, right? So like,
Do you check him?
no, not no more. Doug, this is how I use social media. Oh, you cutting up? Block. On all social media. Now all you have to do is, if you really got to say something to me or you want my attention, you have to call me.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Simple as that. I don't see none of that. And if people want to, hey, this person's talking about you, block. This person said this is about you. You hear that? You see that shit? Block.
You know, I ain't got time for that.
That block blocking works fine. Dog, I had gotten into a situation where so there's this kid that I don't know, it's like frenemy shit. It's weird between me and him. And he just always, like, anytime I let him back on my social media or we have conversations, like, he always does some bitch shit to me. So, like, I let him back in, and then he decided to do some bitch shit, block. Like, I was
Yeah,
like, all right,
whatever.
that you obviously haven't learned. Block.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it's fine. Like, I don't have time for that shit. What is the other option? Me slap you in the face? Do you really want that?
My whole thing be like, I've got enough going on in my real life
Exactly.
to
That's
where
what it is.
like I don't feel no type of way if like you chime in with some sort of negative opinion on like mostly the crumb that I'll feed to it is just okay.
Yeah, I don't entertain
That's
that
fine.
shit at all.
Because like I've got enough stuff going on in my real life to where like I don't feel like I really give a fuck. If you got a problem with me about like some social media shit, I'd be like, all right. I mean, I don't know. Like if it's some real shit, then we can talk about it. But a lot of times, it's just what is the Ray J Princess Love, where it's like you just putting it out there to tell your story, not to make anything better. So like when you put that public comment out there, it's always on some slick shit. It's never on some shit where it's like, hey, yo, I heard some shit where I thought you might have meant this, but you da-da-da-da, or like basically being like, yo, can we reach some sort of an understanding? It's always just, yo, I heard this, you that. Me, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you ain't here to make amends more times than not. So if anything, is just okay. Run with
That's
that.
it, dude.
Run with that. I'll see you when I see you.
very good
It's
with
fine.
that.
It's
That's
fine to me.
I
I'm
want to say
fine.
real quick, the beautiful thing about growth is that I used to be the type of person where I felt like I had to tell my story. Like you could get their side, but you will
Yeah,
hear my
yeah.
side too.
Facts.
And it's not like that anymore.
No.
I don't care if you hear my side or not because now I know how I am and I have a big heart.
Right.
And I I'm an amazing person, so I don't have to tell my story anymore.
When you're a person of integrity, that shit will just slide off you.
Right.
Like water on a duck.
And those who really know
like water
you
on
know.
a duck's back. You know what I'm saying? Like it just
I say this all the
slides
time
right
on the
off of you.
podcast.
Because you can't be, when you're a person of integrity, like you can't be brought down by people who are
Facts.
just not
It's
solid.
right.
It doesn't matter.
You can't assassinate my character. Niggas
I'm gonna
already know
be
who I
aight.
am.
I'm
So-
gonna be aight. That's it.
So like I say this all every time on a podcast, like, dog, I'm not explaining shit to anybody. Why? Because when have you ever convinced anybody of anything? Like 9 times out of 10, they already made up their mind.
And not for nothing.
You. Well, who the fuck are you? Like I've been tell people, like, dog, the only person's opinion of me that I cared about is not here. So, who the fuck are you to me?
Yeah.
You don't pay none of these bills. Like you don't, like I mean, you ain't working. You don't gotta go to work for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can give a fuck.
Right,
Like,
and not for nothing, but like if you don't operate with maliciousness in your heart, like negativity in
Yeah.
your heart, then you don't really have to worry too much about like your actions
good.
being misunderstood. If you're not coming from a place of hate when you say something, you ain't got to be afraid of nothing.
And just to add to that, you're only responsible for yourself and your actions. You can't be responsible for how other people react.
Yeah,
or
react to what you
interpret,
say, yeah.
Right.
You know, what you're doing or what you're saying.
Right.
You're responsible for yourself.
Right.
And if you know you're good on your end, that's all that matters.
And a lot of people have this issue where like especially with just like the availability of information and like people are so quick to like prescribe a certain title to other people.
Right.
So like because I don't agree with something you said on social media, or because I perceive some of your actions as being like negative, you're going to be the worst possible being you could be. So like I don't know, maybe it's not the best example, but like
I know what you
some dude says something, and all of a sudden people like coming out the woodworks being like, oh, he a racist, he a Nazi, he this, that, the third. And it's like, well, are we taking this opportunity to like get into the head of the individual? Like maybe the person, what they said, and this only works with certain like instances, but like why are we so quick to just be like, oh, he's the worst of the worst, that person's the worst of the worst, they're the worst type of person off of
most of the time it's out of context.
cancel
anyway.
culture, right?
Yeah.
So quick because
Right.
it's
Most of the
because
time, whenever you hear something, it's out of context anyway.
Yeah.
well, get this, bro. So going into like some news shit, right? On Twitter recently, I saw this thing where it was a play. It was like a Broadway play, where it was like a comedy play about slavery, and I think the premise of it was like this slave owner, like an American slave situation. The slave owner like is in love with a slave, and people on Twitter were like teeing, and they were like, "Yo, can you imagine if they made plays about, you know, the Holocaust and made jokes about it and da 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 da." But here's the thing, right? We can get a little deeper into it. If anybody had clicked through to the article published by a black journalist, thoughtfully, a review on OK Player, black publication, founded by Questlove. Not only that, the playwright, black man. The journalist, he's sitting in the audience. This is like a really thoughtful review, I thought. He's sitting in the audience. It opened up to an exclusively black audience and crowd. And he said, there are moments in the play where I was laughing. And I didn't know if it was okay. Because my ancestors, how would they permit me to laugh about something like this? So my whole thing was like, yo, nowhere in the mix is there a Jewish guy, even a white guy, in a platform like Broadway that's been traditionally like elitist, Eurocentric, only telling one story.
Right.
And people on Twitter are going ham, being like, can you imagine bringing
Even
white
if it's
people
bad
into mix when there was none in there?
That publicity is still
It'll,
publicity.
because
People
that
don't fucking
retweet,
read.
nobody went
That
through
too.
to that article and read what this dude was saying. I was like, yo, that's some real shit though.
But you know what's crazy though, and I like how you bring this up because I think we talked about it prior, is literally like at the end of the day, it's like you may not be okay with it, but being an artist, being a creative, at the end of the day, you may not agree with some of the art, but art is art.
You can't agree with it
Like,
all.
and no offense, but like we know slavery is the worst thing that could happen to, you know, it is fucking terrible. But there was still another side to it as well. So like that's still a story. You know what I'm saying? He was in love with a slave. I mean, and I don't know. I'm only speaking off assumption, but there probably was slave owners that was still. I mean, you're not good if you own slaves, but at a sense, it was still business to them.
It was,
and if you weren't doing it,
it was probably
you
weird.
were going to get left behind.
Yeah,
But at
you're
the
probably
end of the day,
weird to not have slaves back then.
Exactly.
That was
It
the
is
way
what
that
it
they
is.
amassed wealth.
Exactly. So the fact that they're telling a story about a man that was in love with a slave, it's just a story. You don't have to like it. Maybe the story was typically just to spark a nerve, but that's art.
And maybe
that's like saying
it is what it is.
This day and age, it seems like everybody just wants to bark because everybody else is barking rather than try to understand.
Right.
Yeah, just
right?
fucking just enjoy the story. Like another thing like we talked about was the Joker story. Like I loved it personally, but people were mad at it because it kind of like glorified mental health and like the fuck. And I'm just like, yo, regardless of what the fuck it was, it's like this is something that happened. Like take that story and just be like, oh no, it's glorifying it. What? Who gives a fuck? The man was
people don't want to admit it, but they're the new conservatives.
right.
Y'all are the new conservatives
Right.
with this whole cancel culture shit because
Yes.
all it's telling me is that you can't stomach some art.
Fucking
Like this
take
dude,
it.
created a play and you getting mad about a play, bro. Like that's
Bro.
like some old white guy shit.
Right.
It was usually the old white guys being like,
was-
"That's the devil's music, get it out." And now you
Fact.
trying to cancel this dude making a play. It's like, yo, maybe
Who gives a fuck what
maybe
it's about?
maybe the function of the play was
the message.
was to have some sort of like awakening in people's minds where like, yo,
Right.
it's not trying to lighten a situation at all, but what it's trying to do, perhaps, I don't know, is to like change people's like way of dealing with the harsh realities that this country was founded on.
Exactly.
It's not making light of it at all.
It's
Just take-
it's medicine. It's giving you medicine and candy.
Yeah.
Precisely.
And another thing too is like what I really want to reiterate is the fact that you don't have to like everything.
Fuck no, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
You
That's
shouldn't.
fucking annoying. I'll go to a play like, yo, even though I didn't like or play or a movie, even though I didn't like the movie, I can appreciate the message they were sending. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like in that play you're talking about, that's like I'm very unbiased. Like I can hate a motherfucker, but I can still look at something through your eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, maybe I was wrong, but I'm very just unbiased. So when it comes to like film and stuff like that, like I would love to go see that play. I want to see what the fuck that person was feeling being a slave owner and fall in love. Like that was taboo. Like being the fact that you were in love.
Pushing
with a
against the
slave
system.
owner. Pushing against the system. So like I want to know what the fuck you were thinking about. Like I want to see that play. Dead ass. Like I'm not saying I condone it, but like even if I don't like it, I'm like, okay, that was a
Right.
story that people want. Like that's good to know. Like,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with
And
that.
you-
But people are so quick to cancel just because you don't like something doesn't mean it shouldn't be told. You know
People
what I'm saying?
also don't know how to agree to disagree. Like a lot of
Right.
people feel like if you don't think the way they think or if you don't believe in what they believe in, then
Facts.
I
You
can't
wrong.
fuck with you.
Right.
I can still fuck with you. We can agree to disagree, and I will
Nothing
still
wrong with
respect you.
There's comedy and
You know?
everything, bro.
But that's another thing too. Doing acting and stuff like that. Even the most horrible stories, you have to include comedy because it lightens up
The mood, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even in a situation like that, even though it's not a funny topic or anything, but you have to include comedy because
Yeah.
you don't want people just sitting there just damn, that's deep.
'Cause,
If
you know,
you
but-
add a little comedy, it's like okay, it lightens the mood. It's
Well,
like, all
my
right,
my whole thing being like this, bro. Representation. If your experience with a topic is only one type of way, then what does that do to you? So like,
it's like when we talk about music. We need
your boy,
roller coaster.
like your boy Denzel, first time he was ever nominated for what is it called, an Oscar?
fucking Training Day,
Training Day.
right? And we never seen him in that light.
Never seen him in that light.
Never seen him in
How
that
many
light.
times do you see like proper representation of like
And
black people
people to this day
in
don't like
movies
that,
and
bro.
shit?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing being, if like you're constantly getting exposed to something that just it only makes you feel bad, it only makes you. It's like, bro. I mean, there's this is a I don't know. There's the opportunity for like I don't know growth and not just like not just ruminating on the same thing.
And I think it just really hones in-
knowing where we came from and how we can like grow as an entire community. You know,
if you're sticking in one section, you're not growing. And I think the biggest thing, like I'm going to reiterate again, is just that it's fucking art.
it's
You know what
art.
I'm saying?
That's
It's
the
just
biggest thing.
fucking art.
You're teeing on art.
It's just fucking art. You can say, you can react. How that's the point of art is to get a reaction on something, to see how you feel about something.
Well, because people are accustomed to content now. People want to scroll down their timeline, see Megan Thee Stallion twerking on Twitter.
Like this
That's
Personally
it.
attacked.
That's it. Hey,
Personally
I mean,
attacked.
me too. That she's on stage, but I'm like, ah,
Damn.
it's crazy. But let me go back to being like, yo. I mean, let me say that to say this. People want content, and the way that people are sort of like used to taking in things that are created by artists now has changed. It's not necessarily these like difficult to digest things.
Right.
It's just snack sized content. You just
and it's literally like 0.0 seconds of just
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Attention span.
I was just gonna say with the content though, that kind of goes back to what you said about like wanting to dabble in some comedy into it. Is that like we're so hypersensitive now that comedy, like I'll watch something that's so funny to me, and then I'll scroll down and see the comments, and it's just like people are so offended by it.
Yeah,
It's
facts.
Like, really,
Every
that is such a turn off to me. It's just like
People
be
wanna get
open-minded.
offended.
Everything.
I'm
People are
so-
fucking sensitive.
people
I'm
want to
so
get
not
offended.
sensitive
Man.
to a lot of shit.
I'm not.
Like it's like
I don't even care about
I
Right.
once you expect things, like I keep telling people this, like, well, Trump, exactly. I don't. You already know who he is. He showed you who he was.
Yeah.
So how could you get upset at him for being him? You understand it. It shouldn't come to a surprise
And how much?
anymore.
And how
That's
much has life changed since he became president?
Not really. Besides, but for us, I'll say for us.
Within this, at this table right here, this is our community. This is what we're in charge of. Like these are my peoples, not fucking no Trump, no politicians. Like you know what I mean? Like
Preach.
No, so for us, it had. Well, I will say, for
Right,
people that
I
have
know.
been separated.
I
From
get what
their
you're saying.
families and
No,
stuff like
that's
that,
real shit.
That's
yeah, yeah,
real.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's tangible. But no president's gonna stop me from getting my money. Well, I don't give a fuck if it's whoever you put next is not gonna stop me. I'm a hustler.
Right.
You a hustler. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh shit.
So it's
that
just
was a
like,
real
dog,
thing.
I'm
It's
gonna
like-
find a way. We're gonna switch it up.
That's
you know what I'm
facts.
saying? So I don't know.
All right, so well, in the midst of all this, let's bring into some light and some goodness before we end. Before we move on. So Thanksgiving, man, is right around the corner, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy as fuck because I'm ready for some stuffing and some turkey and goddamn 47. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, pretty much, what is everybody's plans? I mean, well, number one, let's go around the table and talk about what we're thankful for because we're not going to be able to talk to you guys after Thanksgiving. But yeah, what are you thankful for? You know what I mean? Before we get into this shit.
Big booty house.
Hey, what's everybody thankful for? What are you
Goddamn.
excited for? Thanksgiving is coming up this Thursday. Talk about it, man.
I'm thankful for food because I've been on a diet for the last.
Hey.
Yo, I must say, man,
That
we
shit's
proud of
tough,
you
huh?
though. We proud of you though. You know what I'm saying? We proud of
10
you.
pounds down, but I'm dying. I can't
That's
wait
what's
to
up.
stuff
That's
my
what's
It's
up.
face.
okay though. It's okay though.
Don't go on a binge. That should come
Yeah,
right
yeah,
back.
don't do that.
10 down, 15 up.
He
It
did.
happens.
That should've
I'm
come back-
definitely-
that should've come back
I'm
in
definitely
vengeance.
going all out for Thanksgiving. I'm having at
You
least
have
3
to.
plates from each house that I stop at.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Girl said she's trying to stop at 50 houses.
50
That's
houses.
you know it.
My
No,
Cape
okay.
Verdean, you know I
That's
got
9 plates?
52 cousins and shit. So,
What's everybody thankful for though? What's
my
up?
children's health.
Love it. Love it.
My
First
people, my ecosystem. Yeah, the
Right.
people around me. I'm very protective of my energy.
I like that shit. I like that shit. What about you, brother?
Man, I'd have to echo that, man. I'm just thankful for the opportunity to like wake up, have interactions
Amen.
with people like this, and I don't know, just be blessed to see another day. In fact,
Yeah, I'm bouncing right off of that, man. We same energy. I
know we're trying-
Damn, now
yeah.
can I change mine?
No,
I was
no,
like,
you
I'm just
good.
kidding.
No, you only care about your children's health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ass up.
She's supposed to care about it.
Right.
True.
True.
Yeah, he's like, it's not rookie. Oh, shit.
Nah, I think a lot of us was gonna say the same thing. I think we're just blessed to live another day. I think we're just happy that we have a good energy around us. There's not much drama, and I think the biggest thing, I'm just happy to just have like a brain to think for myself and just be myself. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't like applaud their own selves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy the fact that I
Right.
can do certain shit and not be influenced and not like I'm just happy being myself and just like you know what I'm
Word.
saying. And
well, don't it
obviously
kind of
energy-
blow your mind when like you see some people like caught up in the mix on some like drama in their life.
Yeah, like, I
and
don't care
I
for
thought
that
about it the
drama
other day
shit.
because I did get into like a back and forth with somebody through text, and I was like, damn, it's been a long.
Sex is a motherfucker.
And I was like, damn, it's been a long time since I had any sort of like back and forth with a motherfucker like this.
That's fact.
And I was like, wow. I don't miss it at all, but some people like live for that. They like revel in that shit. Like they love
telling
it.
niggas, man, don't write me a long paragraph. Like I be telling motherfuckers, you ever see
Long
that shit? Like,
paragraph.
Pull
oh,
up. Just pull up.
like yeah, just pull up, talk to me.
I'm just closing
if
it.
my girl sends me a long ass paragraph, I'm just gonna call her.
No, that's another. Oh
Like-
my god!
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. And not to,
I'm just
like,
gonna call
break
her.
into that,
If-
but like the long paragraphs and it's like no, we could talk. Let's meet up, man. Let's talk.
Exactly.
Because I can't sit there and thumb this motherfucking shit. But
Here's another tip, motherfuckers. If you got caught cheating and you and your girl don't live together, and she starts texting you like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is that? Turn off your phone and go to sleep.
What?
Just turn off your
You're
phone
bugging.
and go to no.
This
Turn
man-
off your phone and
That's
go to
when
fuck
a
to
pro.
sleep.
That's when a
and
pull-up
deal with
happens.
and deal with it in the morning.
that
Nigga,
think
she's
you're
finna
gonna
pull
deal
up
with
to
it.
your
What if it's the
house.
middle of the day?
Nigga, in the middle of the day.
Depending who you did.
Bro.
Hey, you did a Dominican.
What if it's
Yo,
2
she's
p.m.?
pulling up.
Turn off your phone.
He said go to sleep. What if it's 2
Turn it
p.m.?
off.
Sleeping that
Hold
night.
on, I got a question.
You're not
What
sleeping.
if you
that
at
night.
work?
I got a question.
Facts.
We got a question off camera.
Play a role in that.
What I'm saying, y'all live
Thank
together.
you. See, I know. I got
Y'all don't. He just said y'all don't live together. If y'all live in the same neighborhood, same nigga.
Nigga, it don't matter. It don't matter if you're 30 miles.
Within
Listen,
30 to 45 minutes,
listen.
Bad
fair
idea.
game. She's pulling up to your crib, bro. 30
If
to
she's
Bad
30
idea.
miles
No,
away,
stop,
she's
stop.
still pulling
She's
up to your
pulling up.
crib.
45 minutes? No, cut it
She's
out.
ready to fight.
bro.
No, stop.
You never
for
seen a woman
5
mad
minutes.
as fuck, bro?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Ain't no fury.
No, then you know.
Ain't no
if a woman-
fucking
I'm turning
fury.
off my phone and rolling over.
She pulling up.
bro.
and I will deal with
If
that
she's
shit in the
Spanish,
morning.
she pulling up.
He's pulling up.
She gonna be pulling up to a real mad situation. 'Cause
No,
the door
but-
ain't gonna come open.
Yo,
The door ain't
I've
open.
had 2 instances.
So
Cape
you
Verdean and a
just
white
sit
woman,
to
nigga.
yourself.
She was mad, nigga. She pulled up, lived 20 minutes away. She was banging on my door. I was like, oh,
It's a wrap.
nigga. It is what it is. If a woman is mad enough, they're pulling up. You're not going to sleep, bro. It's not happening.
I'm going to sleep.
Ain't that the worst?
I have
You're
slept
going to
through-
sleep, but
I
not
have slept
peacefully.
through a possible.
Not peacefully.
I have slept through a possible pregnancy.
Oh my god! All right,
I have
you
slept through
different.
it. No, whenever I'm highly
right.
stressed, you have to understand I'm going to sleep. That's my
When you got
only
too much
way.
on your plate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
facts.
only way I'm coping.
Hey, I'm
with
gonna
it.
need those papers by 3. It's like, I bet. Let me
Bet.
just knock.
That's the only way I'm
my
coping with shit is
Yeah.
if I take a nap. Like I gotta go to sleep
Word.
and then I can deal with it.
Right? You like, yo. I know you mad right now, but I'm finna knock. I'm finna knock right now.
Oh my god! Well, anyway,
So
before
we're not ending this. 1 second.
Oh, okay.
We didn't talk about this. I
ain't done yet.
I'm
nigga.
done.
So the only
Go ahead.
issue is last week we talked about Colin Kaepernick.
Oh yes.
And
Speak about
I kind of overrided the situation to say that he had the football, he had the workout with the NFL. I was completely wrong.
it. Fact check.
What do you got? So is anybody up on what happened?
He had his own workout.
I
didn't
just
he?
know-
That's it.
So he.
I just know he didn't get any offers from the NFL.
All right. So what happened is the NFL basically gave him a what is it, like a contract thing that was basically like, yo, if you don't get picked up this time, you can't sue us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a clause.
Which, this is a clause. I'm sorry. a
I
clause.
feel it. I feel it.
I mean,
Yo, you gotta
at this
protect your own
point-
interest.
No, yeah,
Absolutely.
facts.
You can't double down and sue me again. And
That's
like
facts.
Right.
this made me get off the Colin train. Right? Is the NFL gave him that within a certain amount of time, right? They gave him that in enough time for him to be like, hey, I don't like this, take that out. He did not do that. What he did was wait till either it was hours or a day before and was like, I'm not signing this shit. And then he also had a problem with the day that was on. It was on, if I'm not mistaken, on like a Saturday, the workout. And he's like, that's when people, he's like, what he did say was, and I agree, is why would you do it that day when that's the day that people usually do game reviews for like Sunday.
Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of people are not going to come anyway.
gonna come
So he was a little upset about that, which I understand. But this is the first time that the NFL has ever like did this type of thing for anybody.
for anybody.
For
Yeah.
anybody.
But they
You know what I'm
probably
saying?
had to because it was in the clause.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Not
wasn't?
in any clause. No, they're doing it off the strength.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? They're
only
just doing it
assuming.
off the strength. Like, yo,
Okay.
we're gonna off of Jay. But some believe with Jay-Z was
Okay, so
helping
that's
it. Like,
what
yo,
it is. Okay.
let's get him a workout, and then we'll
And
go
then
from
you
there.
get in and you
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And he just didn't like it, which I get what he was trying to do. It was complete transparency.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was, all right, I want my own receivers. Wow, all right. Now you're throwing mad shit in there. Oh, we're gonna move it. We're not gonna do what you guys want to do it now. We're doing over here.
And he switched it an
He switched
hour
it.
before.
Switched it. Yeah,
which caused a
hour
lot of
before.
havoc.
Now we're gonna. And he just. And I want to live stream it, and I don't want you guys to because I get what you're trying to do there too. I want complete transparency. I want the media there, and I want to live stream it so you guys can't edit
Right.
my throws,
Yeah. Anything like that.
catches, and all that. I get
That's
it.
why he moved it.
Why I'm off the Colin train is some of that antics that he just pulled, right? But also is you can't say fucking establishment and then also want to be a part of them.
That's like Antonio Brown. He's doing the
Yes,
same shit.
that's what the psyche of that is ridiculous to me. You can't say you can't say whatever you want, right?
I got you.
And then really be like, but I want a job. Please hire me. Oh, I can't say fuck my job, but please keep me. You know what I'm saying? That makes no fucking sense. Like it just doesn't.
It goes hand in hand with a lot of shit too. Not to just break off, but it trails like a lot of black actors are really upset that they're not getting representation and getting a lot of roles. But you're literally saying fuck Hollywood and fuck everything. But you're saying that, but you think they're gonna give you a job now? Like,
no,
you know what I'm saying. But it's
that's,
with
that's a
with
little.
anything.
That's a little different. I guess.
Is it?
I guess so.
I'm just saying,
My,
fuck the establishment.
my
that you wanna
problem
work
with Hollywood is not even that. People talk about Hollywood is weird because my problem with Hollywood, especially American, as far as America films, is we let people from other countries come and steal all these jobs. Like a lot of these
we've
black
been doing
people
that for years with
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And nobody has an issue with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point.
Yeah, I got you.
That's besides the
As far as
point.
Colin, it's like
It's
all right,
like
you're saying fuck that shit.
And as far as Colin is, it's like, dude, once you like I said before, once you understand someone, can you really get mad? Dog, you know who the NFL is, and you still want to be a part of them, bro. You kind of want to. You gotta play the game now.
yes, sir.
At this point,
Yes, sir.
like you got your money out of them, which is the back pay. Now, what I listened to Joe Budden's podcast a little bit. Was it Joe Budden's? No, it was Charlamagne's podcast, and it was like, what if he tried to do that so he could sue again? Because when he sued the first time, he only got his back pay from what he would have been getting paid in the NFL.
Okay.
He didn't really win a lawsuit per se because they settled.
Right.
So it didn't trickle into something else
Gotcha.
of like, you know what I'm saying?
To get more, yeah.
And then it would have proved. It also would have proved that there is intent to not hire him if he even went through with it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like the way he's going about things. I haven't liked for a long time, and I don't watch the NFL like that anyway. So it wasn't like I was like I'm not gonna watch Colin. Do I think they're on some fuck shit? Yeah, but they're a semi-racist organization built on the backs of blacks, and we all. And I was talking to Marion, God bless her soul, and I was talking to her, and I was telling her like, yo, all sports is a slave trade, but we don't look at it that way because they're getting paid millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them things like I don't have millions of dollars, but they do. So fuck them. Do what the fuck they say. So it's like look at him. Look at this fine specimen. Look at him.
Athletes.
He can jump fucking this high. Look at him. Oh, he'll run. Look at his legs. He can run forever for you. That's fucking slave trade.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Like, but they get paid millions of dollars to do that shit.
I feel like it's yes and no in a little bit because of the simple fact that you're getting paid, but a lot of these people are getting their families out of the areas. Like,
No,
you
I'm
know
not
what
saying
So
it doesn't
No,
work.
I'm with you. It doesn't work, but like, is that yes? But they're generating revenue, so it's. I don't know how to
Bro,
explain.
there was indentured service back then. There's people that got paid for being servants.
But the reason
that
why, the reason why though is that we're looking at athletes and fine specimens in a sense is because other people are paying to watch them too. You know what I'm saying? So it's in a sense I get.
they're
what you're saying,
getting paid pennies compared to what.
compared to what? Oh, absolutely. That's why the
owners
whole
get.
like college shit was a whole dispute.
Compared to
And
what
they're
the owners
finally getting
get,
paid now,
right?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get you to understand in a real sense is the way you're looking at it is the way you're looking at it is I don't have that, right, and I don't make that much, so why are they complaining? That's where a lot of people fall on the line. It's not that bad because you're getting paid this much amount of money, and you got more than I got. And you know what I mean? It's always what you got versus what I got. It's not so much as that. You have to understand, and I'm just talking about the organization in general. It's not all the way there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Especially for an organization that's built. Nobody wants to watch a league full of white men. I'm sorry, playing football and basketball.
I don't know. Hockey's pretty lit.
Charlie Chippendale.
Different. That's hockey.
I'm fucking with you. I got you. Baseball.
Well,
Well, it's mad
That's
Dominican.
baseball.
It's mad Dominican.
I'm talking about
Spanish people there.
I'm talking about contact sports and like basketball like that is dominated by people of color.
White man can't jump.
Yo.
I mean, Lunchback could jump. I mean, you seen that motherfucker jump on a bar and perform, you'd be surprised, man. That man go ham, bro.
And don't get me wrong, like is the NFL making steps for initiatives to amend that a little bit? Sure, but at the same time, I get what he's doing, Colin, but I'm also not on the train anymore. I just can't. It just seems too much. It seems like a show. I really don't think he wants to play football. I just don't, because if you really want to play football after you got your bag and the understanding of people behind you, you would have did whatever they said to do that day.
My thing is, and just to give a little bit of light on how I feel about Colin and everything, is just like, I understand what his movement, and I really appreciate it. But at the same time, if you really wanted to be in football, if you really love this game, you would have signed a contract and hustled like every other football player. And I said, because everybody's like, oh, Colin Kaepernick, he's just as good to be in the league and yada, yada, yada. Understood. But there's people who are still good, but they had a bad stint, like a stretch, and then they got sat on the bench. It is what it is. So, like, Colin Kaepernick turned down deals because he wasn't going to be a starter. My bro, like, people fucking started as third-string quarterbacks and then had to hustle up. Like, the biggest person I can honestly say is like Terry Bridgewater, like one of the quarterbacks. He literally was a starter. He got hurt. He had to start as a third string. Third string is not a job guaranteed. You get less money than everybody else, but he started as that. Then he went to a second, hustled. Now then he became a backup to Drew Brees. And then fucking Drew Brees got hurt, and he played 5 games and won. Now his next contract, he might get a big ass check because now they realize it. So my thing is that if you really want to be a football player, you put the hustle up like everybody else. Granted, it's not you exited the way you didn't like, but you can't just come into the league after 2 years and just be a starter. You have to start from the ground up at like every other football player. And to be honest, I like Colin Kaepernick, but at the same time, he wasn't like fucking Drew Brees. He put up good numbers, but he wasn't the best at it. And I keep saying it, and you can fucking at me if you want, but at the end of the day, if you really want to be about this game, then you know what the struggle is. You fucking start as whatever, take that check, and then hustle, prove your worth like everybody else does in the workforce.
I think that
maybe he
wants to be a starter. He turned down checks because he wanted to be a starter. It doesn't happen that way, bro. You start as a third, a second, and then you work your way up.
I don't watch football like that, so I don't know much. But is it like a control thing? Is he just trying to maintain control of like the situation?
I think it's a legacy thing.
Maintain control of the narrative.
I think he knows the end game. I think he knows that, like, if I just enter this system again, I'm gonna be like, I know where my stats are. I know that if I just played the game, I wouldn't be much of anything, to be honest. In terms of just like the numbers, like you said, he had good numbers, but they wasn't Drew Brees numbers. You know what I'm saying? But like in this day and age, what he stands for comes to mean more than what his. So if he just
can't even get behind him. Want to know why? Because he let his girl talk for him for 3 years.
But
how many
my
times have you
whole
heard
thing.
Colin stand up and say things. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. You never hear him in the forefront of like what. As a black community, we don't have great leaders, right? All we do is get behind the subject and we run with it, right? He had the opportunity to be a leader. What he did was he put forth this into motion and stood back. And you heard I have heard him speak on this topic like 3 times for the past 3 years, right? And all I keep hearing him say is I want to play football, I want to play football, I want to play football. And we already know what he stood for. You know what I'm saying? Police brutality, things not being fair as far as like for black and brown people. You know what I'm saying? We get it. We understand. But where does it go from here? And he doesn't talk that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe he knows, bro. Maybe, like, because you got to think, like, what has happened to people that have been, like, because you got to think, how much backlash did he get when he did those things? And all the people that were spazzing out, losing their fucking minds over a ball player they might not have ever even heard of beforehand, or, like, a subject they had never even thought of. But all these people just flipping out, being like, you motherfucker, fuck
National
you. Like,
anthem.
all these people, like, screaming at him and crazy. So it's almost like, I said my piece. But instead of like continuing on with just being like a voice of it, like explicitly.
And even then, he wasn't really. He just
Imagine how much pressure that is.
He just kneeled during the national. He doesn't even say anything. He's like, I'm kneeling because of police brutality, and that has to change.
And people are flipping out.
How he kept it.
I just my biggest problem is if you want to be a part of an organization, you have to conform, and especially the NFL, right? And it's hard to say that because I'm all about not conforming, right? But you can't say fucking organization and not want to play by their rules. That's my biggest issue. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell a motherfucker like this all the time. If you don't like to fucking work for people, work for yourself, right? Work for yourself. Right. But I can't get mad if my job tells people, hey, well, when I actually, better yet, right? I was down bad. I've been hustling my whole life. You know what I'm saying? And niggas is doing doing whatever I could to get on top. I finally got an opportunity to get a job at my job that I'm currently working with 5 years in. The list of things that I had to do was, at the time when I got hired, men couldn't have hair past their shoulders. I had dreads that came to my chest. Because I wanted it that bad, because I knew that was going to put me in a better position, I cut my hair off.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not telling Colin that he has to conform to the NFL, right? What I'm saying is, if you want to work for the NFL, you should conform to what they want.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. There's a lot of things I don't like about my job, but I conform to it because I want to work there. Until I can work for myself, that's what you want? Bet. That's what you want? Bet. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
most people be like, fuck my job, this and that.
But could you have that same philosophy if your job was like the NFL, like you said, built on the back of blacks? Like, if your job was just explicitly like that, could you be like, all right, bet.
Most of everybody's jobs is built off the backs of blacks. Why? Because most of the old jobs out there were their money came from slavery. All these banks, where'd their money come from? Slavery. Most of all these jobs are built off the backs of blacks. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I get what you're saying, but you know what I mean. I get what you're saying, but you know what I mean when, like, he was speaking out about exact instances where the NFL fell short of taking care of.
Yeah, so I'm not talking about his kneeling at all. I'm talking about now. Like, his kneeling. Now I'm all for that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about after all that happened, right? And then you're like, oh, I still want to be in the NFL. I still want to be in the NFL. Right. And then they give you the shot or even the look, and they actually did something for you that they never do for anybody else, which is a private workout for people to come see you, even if it's not even on the day that you want it to be, right? They still didn't have to do that. They can let this shit ride, right? You do all this other shit that fucks up your chance. What you should have did was go there, do it, show out, and let it be where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you should have put your best foot forward, and if something came of it. If it didn't, it didn't.
Maybe you don't care. That's what I was going back to. What I was saying about,
he acts like he does.
But what I'm saying is he has to act like he does because he going back to what I said, he understands that his legacy maybe isn't as a football great, but as
What he stood for?
a civil rights activist. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe
say that. Be transparent with the people that are riding.
But you can be transparent with certain things. But even this dude, he knows that he can't.
That's the problem with
he
black
has to
people,
have.
though. I'm telling you, bro. That's the problem with black leaders. They're not transparent with us, and we always find out some fuck shit about them later. That makes us like, you know what I'm saying? Or the really good ones, they fucking kill. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be regardless of who you are internally, right? Or what your goal was, you turned into something different, which is a leader. He has not led us anywhere. Not once. And anytime I've ever heard somebody stick up for him to the degree of like, no, he meant this, he meant that, is his wife. Right? And God bless women of color, always stand up for the men. But we want to fucking hear from him.
But he
You know
also
what I'm saying?
put police brutality in the forefront, though, and made people a little
I'm
bit
not
noticeable.
this that.
Is that what you? No?
All right, I'm on V's live. They're probably coming at me.
No.
Listen,
I'm just trying to understand.
What
That
I'm
ain't good,
trying to
listen.
say is I'm not talking about his beginning.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about his beginning. I'm talking about the double back of I want to play in the NFL,
Yeah.
and then they give you that opportunity to work out and show you what you're made of, and then you have all these stipulations after. Yes, they're gonna give you a contract that's in their favor. Why wouldn't they? They don't want you to fucking sue them again. I would do that. like I'm a black man. I'm a black man. If you sue me once, I'm not giving you the opportunity to sue me again because you can't get on the team. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it
just
makes
go
sense.
there, show the fuck out. What I would have did was so I was listening to Charlamagne's podcast and he's like, yo, if you know anything about lawyers and shit, all you have to do is somebody sends you a policy or something that you're working on with them, you literally say, hey, you redline whatever you want taken out. And it's a mediation.
Yeah, it's negotiation.
Yeah, it's a negotiation.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all he had to do.
That's contract.
And then he would have said, hey, then if he did that and said after that, hey, they didn't want to budge on these things, I would have been like, oh shit, they're actually on some fuck shit.
Yeah.
Instead, he played his hand the way he played it, and it seemed very disorganized and fuck shit. Like how you would handle certain situations. There's ways of doing things, and he handled it horribly, in my opinion.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We here about to call and join. But
Fun stuff.
You know what I'm saying? But let's really quickly let's talk about some new music everybody's listening to, so we can end the podcast on a lighter note and whatnot. But any new music you've been listening to, any inspirations, new stuff that you've been having that you kind of been listening to kind of gauge your music, or if just shit that you just been jamming to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Man,
anything new?
I've been on just a Stevie Wonder kick lately.
Really?
Yeah. Hotter Than July is what I've been on. Yeah,
like
that Hotter Than July is a jam.
That motherfucker is it.
All I Do. Yeah, that's my favorite song by Stevie
He
Wonder.
need to
All I
cut them
Do.
dreads though. I mean, that shit. Let him go.
He can't see it anyway.
Yeah, but he can feel it in the back of his neck. So
What do you mean?
I don't know.
It's on the front.
Are you hating on Stevie, man?
Yeah, I'm saying.
He doesn't
Let him
know.
live.
He can't
He
see
can't-
that shit.
he can't
He doesn't know how it looked.
Anyway, fuck with
You can't
I
see the
love
people how you
Stevie,
can't see how
man.
people look at
Go
you,
wrong with Stevie, huh?
and they ain't gonna talk shit to CV's face. They're just gonna give him looks like.
Yeah, because they know he can't see.
Well,
He
I
can't
just
see
wanted
what-
to say I just heard. So Davido is an Afrobeat artist or whatnot, however you want to pronounce it. But he just dropped an album, and I really like it. The only thing I don't like about the album is that he had a lot of the singles. I get it, but he had a lot of the singles that we already know, like If and Blow My. He just never put it in a project, so it was all singles. So he put it in a project, but
So he pulled a Drake.
in a sense, like there was like 3 or 4 songs I was like, we already
Oh.
know.
I'm glad she said it. That's the trend, though. That's what's been.
That
going
is the
on
trend
for, like,
because
the
you
last
want
2 years.
you want to drive it back to. I get it.
How do you
I
think
absolutely
Cardi
get it.
B's album went platinum so fast?
All of those
Bodak
fucking
Yellow.
yeah. Well, anyway, the album is called A Good Time. The album is actually pretty good. I really fuck with it. If you fuck with Afrobeat, definitely check out Davido. His shit is lit. Yeah, and they had a lot of classic shit. So I honestly, I'd give it a classic like 8.5. I think it's good, close to a 9 and whatnot. But you had another album you said you've been listening to.
I was listening to Party's album, not
Haven't
Party
heard it
Next
yet,
Door, but Partisan Fontaine, and he's actually the dude that writes for Cardi B.
Wait, who?
Partisan Fontaine, he writes for Cardi B. He's the one that wrote "Be Careful Me." So I'm listening to his album, fire. He got Jadakiss on there. He got Cardi on there. He got who else he got? He got Offset on there. very good. Somebody said it was one of these podcast listeners. He got caption lyrics like Drake, like stuff that you'll make a caption to on your under your page or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so the stuff is fire, and it's like hearing how he raps and like the way that you can hear. I like how he raps because when he's trying to drive home something, or like if he talks about his city and how grungy it is, he'll make a grungy voice. You know what I'm saying? And he plays with that. There's this song that he got that like, and I was listening to it, and Charlamagne said this too, and it's weird that I go back because a lot of my thoughts are kind of similar to a lot of people's that I listen to. It's like there's a song he got on there. I don't want to pull it up because I want to pull it up, but I don't want to go through the thing. But it's it would have been dope if he sold that song. Not that he didn't do it justice, but
it would have fit somebody else.
It would have fit somebody perfect. And like, honestly, if a Drake took that shit, or like I'll play it later and we could talk about it, right?
Okay.
We'll live stream it and we'll talk about it, something like that.
All right.
It was just the song. The song is him, but it's out of the box. It's him, but it's out of the box of him.
Gotcha.
It's something that he can write, but it probably, if he would have wrote it for somebody else, it would have been crazy. Like that probably would have made him more money with it.
What do you feel about, like, because you're also a songwriter, right?
Yeah.
How do you have you written songs for people before, or in a sense, like, how do you, if you have,
I've helped
how do
people
you
out
choose? Yeah.
in the studio and shit. I mean, like, not like, you know, oh, I wrote some LMI joints or LMA, whatever the fuck. I haven't written anything like that. Right. But like, I just help people with some of their penmanship because like. Yeah, I've got an attention span for that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm about to say, because even with me, like, I've written songs.
I definitely want to get more into it.
Yeah.
Because I write a lot of different types of music. Because it is like,
I think that's the biggest thing. Like, when you write, when you're so eclectic, you notice some things that you can write, but it doesn't fit in your brand.
Yeah.
You have to kind of sell it.
My thing is like, if I don't see myself delving into that genre of music for like.
At least for now. Like,
for now, then I would just pitch it. You know what I'm saying? I would just pitch it. You know what I'm saying? Because like certain types of songs I would not like put out now. Probably not for a long time either. You know what I'm saying? Like people have wanted me to get on like Afro beats and stuff. Where I'm like, I mean, I'm with that. I'm with that like that tempo and shit.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. Like I would want to collaborate with somebody who's more familiarized with the genre. Because to be honest, like
to introduce yourself a little
because it has to be like it has to be within you for like and so I kind of want to like collaborate with somebody who it's really in them so that way I can sort of like put myself on a backdrop that they've created,
right?
Because I'll be who I am.
Yes.
I'll shine as who I am, but like in terms of the like the deep understanding of it, like I would need to like collaborate with somebody.
Right.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
I always forget this nigga's name, but what's the dude that I always say he's the better Tiger?
Oh, Kid Ink.
Kid
I was
Ink.
literally talking
That's
about him yesterday.
Kid Ink would have.
But Tiger's so good at what he does, though.
Kid Ink would have.
I'm not. Wait. That's a different statement from me saying Tiger's so good. Tiger's really good at what he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if this song that he wrote, if Kid Ink took this song, if he
Don't
sold
deviate.
Sound the same though.
If
No,
it's called
exactly.
Good For You. If Kid Ink took this song, I think he could kill this shit.
Oh, you talking about the party joint?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it would just like propel his career if he wrote that shit.
Well, I always
But-
felt like Kid Ink was a little bit more of like a diet Tiger, even though Tiger's kind of like not.
I liked Kid Ink more
Not
because
my
of the
shit
simple
either,
fact
though.
that I liked him being all right. The reason why I like Kid Ink more is more because of his independent style, like in
Right.
the sense of like
Can't hate.
you can't like he was
Can't
all
hate.
about his shit. Like he dropped like a few free albums. Like he was just like really on his shit, and he just really and I liked the way he rapped. I liked his style. He just really was about the business of it a lot more than Tiger. Tiger was always signed, so it is what it is.
Right.
But like I like Kid Ink because of what he just brought. And I'm
No,
just
that's
like,
the
he's just
facts.
like a smarter artist. I just
Right.
like that, you know what I'm saying?
You have to respect something like that because even if it's not your thing musically, you gotta always admire the
This
fact
is
that
a-
this dude, the dude knows what he's doing. He knows that like this is the cult that's gonna ride with me till the very fucking end. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I kind of like kidding. And
No,
that
for sure,
happened.
for
But
sure.
You're completely right. Tiger just has a pocket and he sits well in it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it sound the same, but I will say one thing about Tiger I really can't fuck with is just like whenever you hear his verses, you can't really recite anything back.
No.
He doesn't say shit.
But Kid Ink has quotables.
You know what
though.
I'm saying?
I fucking like if you've ever heard one of his albums. Yeah.
Kid Ink does have quotes. Yeah, quotes. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Tiger, I don't.
No,
and,
but
and,
you-
and, and I don't.
That's all
No,
I
I
know.
don't
Fuck a
dislike
bitch in a
Tiger
peacoat.
at all. Like I like. You know what I mean? Young Nino, fuck a bitch in a peacoat.
That's all
like,
I know.
Hey, there you go.
Like I love it.
But you would never,
The
you would
club
never
shit,
ride to that.
he is-
I would never ride to
he- yo,
that personally.
He's propelling as king of the club shit.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
it seems
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Future's kind of like taking a seat back a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's
'Cause
like
fucking with
going
Young Thug,
hard.
that's why.
But
well, yeah,
Yeah.
Tiger's got like he's got like the approachable club shit. He's got like that very like
But-
it's edgy, but it's got like a certain amount of just like
or
approach.
strip
Like
club.
it's
I was just about to say, once he dropped Rack City, like he knew where he needed to.
that was a great mixtape. Or
It was.
what was it?
remember-
Well Done.
Yes, yes.
Well Done was a great mixtape.
that's what I'm
he
saying.
had some good songs on that shit.
He dropped that shit and then
Can't
he was
fucking
just
hate.
like, he's like, you know what? This is what because at the
Like
end of the
Me
day,
by
as an artist-
Tyka's a fucking jam. That song is
he's
called
a
Like
beast
Me.
when he's in his
Bro.
pocket. But I feel like that's another
Banger.
thing with like artists, like being so eclectic, right? We're gonna get to the point where when something pops, it pops, and you have to write it till it, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying, and until it works. You know what I'm saying? Like I always bring this like Ty Dolla $ign, and one of the biggest influences of my music, I feel like, is because when he drops his mixtapes, people fuck with his shit because it's ratchet, it's lit, he gets the shit popping. But if you listen to his albums, it's very instrumentational. Like he's really
Yeah.
into like there's a lot of string section, there's a lot of
He's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
super talented musician.
super talented musician. You know what I'm saying? But when something
He's an amazing
works,
bassist.
exactly,
He plays bass like a motherfucker.
crazy,
dude.
nasty,
Fills the pocket.
crazy. But the thing is, like what hits for him and what gets people out to his shows is this ratchet shit. So being
Yeah.
eclectic, we're gonna get to the point where the shit that drives our revenue, drives people out to our shows, is what sticks, and it might
Yeah.
not be necessarily what you want to keep doing, but that's what works. And so I say that in the light of Tyga, maybe Tyga's a crazy musician. We don't. I mean, he doesn't point it, but once he dropped Rack City, he was like, "Oh shit, people
That's
love
the
this
lane.
strip club shit. Like
That's
I'm
the
gonna
lane.
ride this motherfucker out till they tired of me."
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
the
saying?
lane.
And then it is what it is. That's
You
the
gotta
lane.
find the lane.
You gotta find your lane. You gotta find what sticks and what keeps people coming.
Yeah.
But in hindsight of that, that's music. But I want to end this off right. But Lunch Bag, bro, it's been a really,
Yeah.
really good pleasure
I
having
enjoyed
you
this.
here. And I really appreciate that you were adamant to come on here because it's been tough working with schedules with
Sure.
different people and stuff like that. And I like how you really stuck with us and you really fuck with Two Stupid Dogs.
No, I peeped a couple episodes
You know what
and
I'm
I was
saying?
like, right away, I was like, that's what I like to do.
Absolutely.
Like
man. Just come in.
when we talked at Black Sheep, it was
Yeah,
kind of
it
like
was a vibe.
whatever you guys are talking about that day. Literally, we'll just put a little bit of my things on top, and we'll just fucking have a
That's it. And just
convo.
talk shit. That's why I said bring whatever you want.
We'll just
but
chill, man.
Honestly, bro, you're very humble. I like what you're doing for the community with the toy drive. I like that.
December 19th.
Talk to him.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the new music coming out. I like your music in general. I like your vibe. I like your shows. So I really appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
Showing us some love. You're welcome anytime. We say this to anybody that brings that energy and brings that quality. You know what I'm saying? You came in with the coffee in hand.
Wasn't
ready
scared to talk.
work. You
That's the
wasn't
biggest
scared
thing.
to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't scared to, you know what I mean, with the whole Colin
Yeah.
Kaepernick. A lot of people take a seat back, but you know what I'm saying? So we
I like to
appreciate that.
listen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I appreciate somebody who only weighs in when they've got something to say.
Yeah.
You know,
This motherfucker always got something to say, so I chime
he's the
in
big.
when I
He's the
can.
big dog.
You know what I'm saying? That's the big dog.
That's the
you know
big
what I'm saying?
dog.
So always welcome anytime. So again, shout out to Lunch Bag. You got that fundraiser December 9th. Toy
10th.
drive. What's
19th.
Yeah, 19th. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's December 19th over at the gallery called Public. It's over at 1 Aleppo Street in Providence.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be taking donations
Is
from
that-
people.
Where's that at exactly? It's on Man.
It's right on the corner of Man and Aleppo Street. So if you
from the
if you down in Olneyville Square and you take a right and you go up Manton, it's literally like right past the flea market. Right at where the flea market's
is that
at.
what M2's been doing his show things? I think
Perhaps. I don't know.
I've
I don't
been
know.
there, but yeah,
I gotta tap in with him soon to see what's up. But yeah, it's gonna be over there. Always new music, lunchbag.com, and then at lunchbag on all social media. That's one word
Not to be
and two
confused with
G's.
Lunchbox.
No, fuck no. It's one word, two G's, lunchbag on all social
That's
media.
Freddie. Sorry.
I don't know who
I
that
don't know
is.
what you talking about.
We talking about lunch bag.
we talking about lunch bag.
Yes, sir.
And we also got
You fucking up my drops. That's a violation,
bro.
Fucking up my drops. That's a violation.
But we also
Flag
got
on the
B's.
play.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
No. It's your show.
You know what I'm saying? B's mixer coming December 7th.
Yes, December 7th from 2 to 6 p.m.
A mixer.
A mixer.
Come
Yes,
through, bro.
I'm having a V's Table Talk mixer. Mixer, you should come through.
They talk about porn.
A portion of the proceeds are going
It really, it's a mix that turns into an orgy later.
No, they lied. A portion of the proceeds is going to go to Toys for Homeless Children.
Wow.
as
Good
well.
shit. Good
So,
shit.
Yeah, I was happy to hear
When
that.
is that?
December 7th from 2 to 6 p.m.
Network, come through,
And,
drink,
yeah.
vibe.
Yo, I
It's
gotta
gonna be a
say,
vibe. You can find tickets on Eventbrite.
And
V's
you
Table
would-
Talk.
and you
your dad's bar was lit the other day.
It's lit.
It's starting to
It be
get lit.
in
I was
there.
scared for
Cape
him.
Verdeans,
It be lit.
bro.
I was
But you know
scared
what?
for him, too.
No, but
the
I'm
other day.
trying to get him to have
Cape
like a
Verdean girls
throwback
will break
night.
your heart, though.
Why not post it?
It might be December 7th.
Cape Verdean girls will break your heart, though.
We've been there, brother. You've been in there before?
I plead the fifth.
I had to do it. I had
plead
to
the
go.
fifth.
Cape Verdean is a danger.
And Puerto Ricans.
Cape Verdeans
I
will break
plead
your
the fifth 2
I've been there
times.
with-
Dominicans and Cape Verdean women will break your heart.
Oh my god.
And I love both of them. Don't get me wrong, but
That's that girl. What's that
They'll
Spanish
break your
song?
heart.
What's that Spanish song?
Orgullo. That was,
We got to listen to that.
but that
after
wasn't
this.
even a Puerto Rican chick at that time. That was a Cape Verdean chick.
Oh, see, that's why you.
Y'all motherfuckers.
Plead the fifth. I'm getting
Y'all fuckers.
God. Anyway, man, it's been
I'm playing.
great. Hey, before we go, we have another announcement. We also have Rain coming over to take over the Two Stupid Dog podcast. We having a party for his album dropping this motherfucking Friday, and it's gonna be a party. We're gonna be hosting, so he's taking over. It's gonna be his show. We're gonna post it. We're gonna be here to support. And just to let you guys know, absolutely, this is what we do. We're not just out here. You can, if you're about something, come take over the Two Stupid Dogs. Come be lit with us. We'll let you have the platform.
If you are
know what I'm
about
saying?
something,
if you dropping an album,
hire us.
The whole hour.
You can have a fucking party on this podcast.
Don't
Just talk
play.
shit.
If
Because I'll
you're
have a
about something,
24-hour
hire us.
podcast.
He hosts his parties.
You know what I mean? How crazy would that be? A 24-hour live stream where we just go and fucking taking acid,
Music,
going
local
nuts.
Come through artists.
I don't know about acid, but yeah.
What? You want to fuck with no acid? I think you'd fuck with some acid if I brought it.
Oh, man, I almost did it.
She
almost
would.
did. I ain't gonna lie.
She definitely would.
I
know
in
you
Florida.
would.
I was in Florida.
I have an addictive personality, so
Right.
My
I don't
thing is that
know.
I was in Florida and I was like,
I don't know if I do no acid Florida acid, whatever.
Well, I was going to do it, but the only reason I really didn't because I was like, I was already because you have to enter that shit in a
Right.
good mind state. If you're in a bad
Florida's a
mood
tough place to get into a good mindset. No hate, no
true.
disrespect,
That's true.
but
It's
there's
too
just a
hot down
lot
there,
of
too.
wild shit. It's not only heat, but it's humidity because they out
That's
there
what it is.
surrounded by water.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like y'all are
I went to
bugging
Florida. I
out
Step
went
into a sticky situation.
literally.
there. Swamp ass. You got swamp ass. There's no way to stay clean with that shit.
Oh,
Like
that mud butt.
it's noon and you got swamp ass. It's like fuck. I didn't want to shower at 3, but I got to.
I didn't find Florida that hot when I went.
Yeah, you different. You're a different breed.
What was you?
Anyway.
You was in the ball shorts and wife beater.
No,
though.
yes.
You got to. That's the
Yeah, the
only
ice
way to
pack in
handle
his
it.
boxes.
that's
No, I
ball
just did, I
shorts,
went
wife
there
beater,
and my
like-
cousins are all like, "Oh my god," and I'm like, "This is cool."
Chilling.
Like I like
Too much
it,
for me.
right? And then when I get here, I was hotter. I was hotter when I came here. I was like,
Right.
"Whoa."
That's weird, especially for
Soon as I got off the
you when
plane?
you can't really breathe that well
Yeah.
through your nose. So it's like, nigga, that's weird that you didn't find it out.
I was fine.
Maybe
It wa-
you were in the right time. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
maybe. I went
What was it?
August.
February? Oh, August.
Mid fucking summer.
August?
Bro? Nah, it's
I
went-
went
Yeah.
this past August. I was sweating.
I went
balls.
hurricane season.
I only had balls. My balls were sweating.
He was making them. He was making balls just to sweat.
Ruining them panties. You know?
Undercarriage was hot.
She had napkins under her titties.
Oh,
I ain't got no titties.
I'm a
If
head
I
out.
did,
I'm a head out.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
I'm a head out.
That's my
Anyway, lunch bag. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yes.
You're welcome anytime.
Yo, thank you
brother.
guys for having me,
Keep
bro. It was
working,
mad fun.
keep striving. I can't wait to see your next show because you really put on the next show. Put on a really really good show, and I'm really happy with everything you're doing. Congrats on any other adventures you're doing.
You know the vibes.
Welcome anytime, brother.
Yeah, word.
Shout out to
Appreciate you.
brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. Everybody, this has been Two Stupid Dogs.
Yeah.